are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Episode 388 is upon us. You know what time? Y'all know what time it is. The NFL is back, baby. That's right. Our annual NFL preview is here. Football is back. We started college last week. We got the pros this week. We got more to talk about. We got college football recap, college football picks, NFL picks. We got a little baseball talk, a little NBA talk mixed in between. We got Rev Night Nation chilling with us today. We got the boys Red, and Coach. Episode 388. And also, happy birthday, top Fearless Red. Let's do it, fellas. Another episode, another football season. Oh, wait.
Thank you, sir, for the birthday wish. And welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas Coach and Red are coming to you live from the ATL Show. Giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen?
Real sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach on episode 388 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And might I add, I'm coming to you live from Coatesville, PA, the 610. Nevertheless, we now turn our numbers attention to our numerologist on the panel, Coach Patrick Thomas, who will give us something or someone dealing with these 3 digits, 3, 8, and 8. What do you have for us, Coach?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, it is a Saturday morning. It's not a good sunny morning. Looks a little cloudy out there, but hey, we're going to press on. The number 388 goes to a man who was his team's best wide receiver in a lot of people's opinion. He made 3 Pro Bowls. He was integral to the Super Bowl they made, which, not been many since then, but he was, when he was there, he made them. Number 88, he wore it proudly. And I'm talking about Drew Pearson of the Dallas Cowboys, 3-time Pro Bowler, number 388. Drew Pearson, Dallas Cowboys.
Ray got the thumbs down now. Why you got the thumbs down on Drew Pearson, man?
I thought he was talking about Michael Irvin for a minute.
No, I'm not talking about cokehead. I mean Michael Irvin.
That's in his past, Coach. Come on now. We ain't supposed to hold people transgressions.
I'm gonna hold that hairstyle against him.
Hey man, he trying to stay young. That's all he doing.
Man, Coach is killing Michael, boy.
So did you watch that Netflix special on the Cowboys?
Coach, I ain't seen all of it.
Okay.
All right, because that's one of the reasons why. One of the reasons I asked is because one of the episodes dealt with his Michael Irvin's indiscretions, and I
haven't got to that episode yet, y'all.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's why Coach said what he said about him, because it was fresh on his mind.
Oh,
if he had watched that Dallas Cowboys Netflix special.
Mike got some serious troubles going through right now. Though I ain't gonna talk about him too bad because of the thing with his wife. So
yeah,
I ain't gonna knock him.
Dealing with dementia. Yeah, definitely lift her up in prayer. Revenant Nation seems to be locked and loaded today, so we want to make sure that we acknowledge them. The VP is in the building, ready for another 5 episode of the Red Rev Sports Show. Rise F up. Let's get it. Fuzz up. Okay. All right, man. Let's get it.
Oh, no.
Appreciate you, man. Winston says, what's going on, fellas? In chat smash that like button. Y'all share. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. The Prez is in the building after a rousing morning of trying to locate the rare Alabama Crimson Tide chameleon. But of course, they were nowhere to be found, just like the football team. Armani, where are you, Armani, to defend your team right about now? The VP said, Coach Patrick Willie Thomas, you're being watched. I dare you, I double dog dare you to let a Steeler come out your mouth.
Oh, Lord.
Good morning, Antonio Henderson. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said Coach Willie wanted to say Lynn Swan so bad.
See, this Willie come from? Man, this Willie.
You know it's going to stick, man, if it keeps on going. Red Rose, Irvin should have been blessed enough to wear Drew's number.
I know. He was the first 88, I know.
The president said he could have mentioned CeeDee Lamb, but he dropped the ball on that one.
Hey, man, y'all leave CeeDee alone. He gave me some fantasy.
Oh, that was good, Mr. President. You out the gate already. That was good, man.
Anyway,
hey, Coach, man, I was glad seeing those drops because me and Coach are going against each other in fantasy this week, and he got CeeDee Lamb.
Man, he could have got me about 30 points.
Yeah, easily.
I'm going against your boy Wallace Wade from Philly.
From Philly, yeah. I got you next week, so I'm looking
Oh,
forward to it. The VP said, Reverend Doctor, that Netflix series was fire. I'm going to low key give JJ some credit. He changed the way NFL does business. He forced them to evolve as they tried to sue him for going against the grain. Still hate the Cowgirls, though. LOL. LOL. Great series. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like that series helps us remember why the Cowboys were relevant, right?
mhm.
I mean, like for any kid, any Cowboy fan that's under 30, like they need to be required to watch that series to understand why they're rooting for the Cowboys because nothing they've done lately, right?
Right.
It's based on the past. So they need to make sure they ingrain the Netflix special into their Cowboys fandom so they understand why they're cheering, okay? Because they can't be cheering for anything recent, that's for sure. Uh, Armani Newsom, known as Lieutenant Sonar. Good morning, fellas. No need to defend when we know when Coach Saban, it was over at least for a while. So you already know you're going through your dark period. Y'all experienced that after your great coaches. VP said Maurice Thrower is still on his high horse
Oh Lord.
from last
Oh
week.
Lord. Yeah.
Bro, you knew that. We're gonna have.
Antonio Henderson said they said Dak tried to spit on Jalen Carter, but his accuracy under pressure. That
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
was
Lord.
pretty good. I got you. Man. I got you. I got you, man. VP says CeeDee Lamb had alligator arms last week. Matter of fact, it looked like the Gators already chomped those arms, dropped some major passes for sure.
Ooh.
He
Ooh.
said
Oh boy, CD
the
Lamb gonna
facts
be
from the
killed
gutter
for that.
trash. The JJs turned them into football gods. Yep.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Sonar is making an appearance. Drones are taking flight. Watch out.
I hear something outside. It must be our money flying around my house.
As Winston from the eye test said, come on, man, go ahead, hit that share button, let somebody know what you're watching on today. Also, like the Facebook post of the Red and Rev Sports Show or the page. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to it. We really appreciate it.
Yep. Subscribe.
All right. Subscribe. All right, gentlemen, let's get into this thing, man. What we doping, open, and coping on today? What you got? We'll start with Coach. Go ahead.
My dope moment goes to one Lee Corso, who went on his last show, decided on his picks, went an impressive 6-0 with his last picks to close out his career. Got to give him props for that. Even he picked Florida State over Alabama. So, hey, I got to give Lee Corso major props on that one. He gets my dope moment.
Oh, yeah. Red, what are you doping on?
That's good. Lee Corso going out on top, baby. What I'm doping on? I'm doping on my UGA Bulldogs, man. After a season of just turmoil and looking just pedestrian, even against the Cupcakes last year, we were looking pedestrian. That's how I knew something was wrong. We come out last week and just put our beat down to them. Sorry, Marshall. I don't care. I don't care if it was Marshall. I ain't seen my Bulldogs play like that in over 2 years. So I'm pumping up that beat down we gave Marshall 45-7. Shouldn't even let him on a bill. Now that is UGA football. Something that me and Red was missing the last year. It was just something about that team last year, Red. They just didn't do it for me. But these guys right here, oh yeah, baby. And another dope to Jared Curtis, our quarterback in waiting. And he was kicking butt in high school last week. I can't wait till he get on that UGA campus. Finally, Kirby, you got us a 5-star quarterback upcoming. And Gunnar Stockton and the Puglisi and whoever we got on that seat, just keeping the seat warm for him. But real, that's why I sent you that text this week about him performing last week. This kid we got coming, Jared Curtis. Woo! Now we can finally compete with the big dogs. college football, talking about the quarterbacks. UGA, baby, on the rise. Dope.
Winning.
I'm going dope on the Atlanta Braves winning when I was in attendance last Sunday night. I was there for the ESPN Sunday night game where the Braves beat the Philadelphia Phillies 3-1, not allowing the Phillies to sweep them. So even though the Braves have not had the season that we hoped they would have, I'm glad at least the one game I've attended this year, they did win. So I find solace in this season just because of that. My namesake, who is not my son, went 2 for 4.
See that?
And it was Drake Baldwin who came up clutch, hitting that 2-run home run in the 9th inning to propel the Braves through to a 3-1 victory. So Atlanta Braves, even though this season has been terrible, by your standards, I'm still doping on you for showing up and showing out when Rev was in attendance.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Rev, what are you noping on, man?
I am noping on one UCLA quarterback, Nico Amaleva. That's right, Nico. That's right. The same Nico Amaleva that spent the whole offseason whining and crying and trying to shake down Tennessee for as much money as they could to pay him because he is the quarterback that can't miss. Well, dude, last week you missed a whole lot of passes. I mean, going what? 11 for 22, 136 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 50.4 QBR rating, ranked 74th in the country. That's what you wanted Tennessee to give you $4 million for. That performance right there is what you and your papa was crying. We need $4 million when they was offering you 3.5 or something close. Oh, but you just had to have your $4 million for performances like this. Man, if you don't get this dog crap performance and throw it in the toilet in Tennessee, what did they do? What did your replacement, Joey Aguilar, do last week? Put up 45 points, had over almost 300-yard passing, 3 touchdowns, way better than you, Mr. Nico. I'm pretty sure Tennessee is happy with the decision they made. Nico Amaleva, nope. Nope to you and nope to your sorry UCLA Bruins.
All right. I put a nope on my sister who did not really play well in the U.S. Open, and that's Coco Gauff.
No.
We gotta praise you when you deserve praise, but we gotta let you know when you're not doing what you gotta do. So I got a nope on her play, and then more importantly, nope on her serving. And we hope that with the new coach that she brought forth on her tennis team to help her with the serve right before the U.S. Open, it will pay dividends down the line. But she, even in winning, she looked bad. And her serving was bad the entire tournament. So, Coco, I know you're probably not watching, but hopefully somehow the spirit of this note will touch your spirit to improve your game the next tennis tournament that you enter. So I got a note on Coco Gauff, in particular, her serving. Let's get it together, Coco. You're a great player. Show it. Coach. Oops. Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, my note goes to the recent defensive player, Jalen Carter. Mr. Carter, can I ask you a question? When you were getting ready to get drafted and everybody say you number one, you all this and that, and allegations of poor behavior and things like that kind of dogged you a little bit and you dropped in the draft. Well, guess what's resurfacing now? Your bad behavior, and you showed it against the Dallas Cowboys, sir. I don't want to go into a long diatribe because I'm saving my longness for the next one for Cope. But Jalen Carter, get it together, sir. That didn't look good on your resume.
Man, I wonder what your coach about.
All right. It's on me to cope, and then we'll take it to Reverend Knight Nation. Keep those dope nope and copes. Reverend Knight Nation, we're coming to you in just a second. I'm coping with the fact that my quarterback is still having to throw to either washed up wide receivers or receivers that are not studs. And we got to wait till week 7 to see Rashee Rice, who got himself in trouble. So I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low on the Kansas City Chiefs right now, as they took that L last night in Brazil. But Mahomes is great, while he still needs great players to throw the ball to. So Kansas City, let's get somebody in there who's serviceable so that Mahomes doesn't have to try to be a magician all the time and do too much, because ultimately that's going to catch up with the team and you're going to get more L's and W's. So we need another receiver, and hopefully we can hold on, be solid until Rashee Rice, our best wide receiver, comes back in week 7. That's all I got.
Justin Jefferson, anybody?
They ain't got the salary cap room for him. Ray, I could tell you don't have salary cap on Madden, on video game. I can tell. I can tell.
I treat it like baseball, Rev. I turned the salary cap off.
Because I'm like, in what world can you pay Mahomes close to 60 and then pay Jefferson 40 something and then pay my man on the defensive line, Chris Jones? Yeah, it's like, man.
I forgot. The Chiefs got to get better at drafting receivers, man. All these little short guys they bring, they have really got to go looking for these tall, take the top off the defense, big play receivers, and stop bringing in all these speedy short guys. 1 or 2 is fine, but like every season, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, come on, get some big guys in there.
Yeah, you need some people going to win those 50-50 balls.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy gonna need some biscuits though, because he got taken out by friendly fire last night.
He's too thin, man. He's fast, but if they catch you, and
Exactly.
they're gonna knock the wind out of him, man. He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, right. Y'all gotta get some big boys over there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I guess they don't want to take away from Kelsey, but they need some biggers.
Kelsey's better be leaving soon, going into his new life, man. It's time to upgrade that.
And it's prime for him to lead because he got one of the best podcasts with his brother. So he already got a platform. He can get on any network he wants to, especially with his affiliation with Taylor Swift now, because that's instant ratings. He's going to command $10, $15, $20 million being a commentator because of the reach he has and the people that are going to come to the network just because of his association with Taylor Swift. So it's time for him to call out. I'll give it up, rather.
Way to trade up. And folks get mad at Travis because he let the sister go. Him being with that sister ain't going to give him everything you just said, all of the network and the financial possibilities. Travis, you the man, dog. You are the man.
All right, Ray, go ahead and give us your cope moment.
All right, let's see what I'm coping with. Oh, shit. More relationship drama, y'all. Oh, Lord. PJ Washington. Dude. When people give you a warning, try to heed that warning, okay? People told you not to mess with that woman, and you ignored them, thought you was the man, thought you was a player. And look where you at now. Can't even come to pick up your kid without all the Brittany Renner drama going on. I'm glad the Mavs paid you or gave you another extension for $90 million. But boy, you're going to need every penny of that money, man. Even if it's just for therapy after dealing with that woman after 18 years, you're going to need something, man. So save your money, invest wisely, and boy, hope time, hurry up and fly by for your kid to grow up so you don't have to deal with that craziness again. I mean, girl got a mom and everything on y'all butt. And why is your wife buying you a doggone Rolls Royce with your money to make you feel better off of that situation. Now, if she got her own money, fine. But don't be buying me no Rolls Royce with my money and acting like that's a gift. Ain't no gift. I bought it. Anyway, PJ Washington, good luck to you, buddy. But this could have been avoided had you just listened to certain people's advice.
Coach, in this segment, sir.
Oh, I may need some time, but it may not need a lot of time. My coach moment goes to Red. One dude. Where's the coach's corner today? Where is he? I bet he won't chime in today. Mr. Arch Manning gonna show you. Don't run and hide next week. Oh, I'm right here, dog. Where are you with that pathetic performance from Arch Manning? Come on, man. Generational talent. He couldn't even star on the show Generations. Man, that was terrible. You go out there, the number one team, and look like a clown. You barely got 100-something yards, and you telling me don't hide. Oh, I'm not gonna hide. I bet you will, though. You may pop up on the show later on, but if I was you, I'd come back to the next show after Texas beats San Jose State, and maybe he'll get 200 yards passing. Maybe. But that was pathetic last week. You're going to try to hype him up like, oh, Arch Manning's going to show everybody. He's going to show you what he's going to do against Ohio State. Man, that was all full generational talent. Man, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning didn't even want to comment. And Archie, his granddaddy, probably was somewhere drinking tea in Louisiana after watching that crap. Man, bye. Don't you ever come telling me about some Arch Manning.
Oh my God! Hey, I see why Coach ain't North Carolina Tar Heel fans. Well, he just don't add it fuel to the fire now, Coach, because he hates y'all Tar Heel fans. Now he gonna really hate.
Well, he USC in football, Coach. I mean, Red. He's Tar Heel.
Yeah. Don't say that. That's who he hate. He hate. The Coach is going to hate Tar Heel basketball fans.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm saying he gonna.
Real, I don't know what your worst sound effect is. You should have it somewhere. Your worst
Red.
Boom.
Red Coach would sound like a WWE a WA wrestler back in the day with that take right there. I dare you to walk down that aisle.
Sooner they lost.
All right, man. All right, Reverend Knight Nation, we're coming your way. Y'all are locked and loaded with comments. I read your post of VP. Glad you experienced some good Chicago dining. You got to go to Harold's next time. Tony, what's up, man? We're going to talk about the Falcons a little later. Red will let you know how excited he is when we get on the second half of the show. Winston Thornton says Ohio State exposed the overrated Texas mess. That was his dope moment. The VP is doping on Sao Paulo for hosting a dang good game. Chiefs, Chargers. Herbert ever evolving into a good QB. Let's hold up the hype for Herbert. Let's see some more weeks first. I mean, not one game. Come on, man. Let's see if he gets into the playoffs and does something in the playoffs. Then we'll have room for more hype.
0 playoff wins.
Yeah, the president, dope, 16 black quarterbacks are starting on NFL rosters to see. That's why he's the president right there. He's always pulling out those kind of stats that we're not really thinking about. Appreciate it, Mr. President, for that Black History moment. Tony is dope and finally watching Penix start in Atlanta. We see that you are excited about tomorrow, and I hope that the Falcons keep your excitement level up. The VP is noping on Bill Belichick and his underage wet nurse.
Wet nurse.
Wet nurse, that's fine. Antonio said nope to any of Coach's predictions when it comes to Texas and Arch Manning. All right. So you're getting that Coach's corner too. Winston says nope. Steve Ballmer and Kawhi about to be cooked for trying to circumvent the salary cap. That was interesting. All right. Tony said nope on Jalen Carter. You know what? Yeah, that was dumb. Winston said Copen on UGA moving their start time up an hour today at 2:30. The
What?
VP double noping on Jalen Carter, the idiot of the century. Horace, what's going on, bro? Glad to have you, man. We truly appreciate you tuning in on today. Coach, give a plug to Horace's show right quick.
H.O., who hosts the Sports Roundtable on Wednesdays, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesdays from 7 to 9. Great show, great guests, and a lot of fun, especially my favorite part, the SRT Fun Bag, where he comes up with any question out of his mind, out of his twisted mind, that he can give you. So watch the show Saturday, Wednesdays.
All right, Ho, so you have been shared. And you didn't pay us for that publicity. We just showing you love. The president says, nope, on Angel Reese, you haven't done enough to start biting the hands that are feeding you and trying to pee off your teammates with your critiques ain't helping. It's not like you're not an expert of building walls. Good morning, the Pope. I'm sorry, the Prime Minister of the show. Good morning, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate you, Maurice, for the birthday love. Y'all remember, nobody can say Rev doesn't work on his birthday. Y'all remember this day. All right. Tony said, Cope, we're still having Kyle Pitts in Atlanta. Wish we could have got some value for him during the offseason. Well, let's see what a year with Penix would do. Before we write him off, let's see what he can do with Penix. Because I think Penix has him in his mind to help offset some pressure, because that's what tight ends normally do for the quarterback. They're the safety valve. And I think the little that we saw with Penix and Kyle Pitts towards the end of the last year should allow Falcons fans to have some level of optimism. I understand it's hard because he has not showed up and been what you drafted him to be. But let's also be mindful that the quarterback situation hasn't always been the greatest since he's been in Atlanta. So now, with your young stud at quarterback, this year will be the telltale sign to see if Pitts needs to be in the Atlanta Falcons' immediate future. If they don't hook up before the trade line and there's no real connection, you might want to try to trade him now. Trade Pitts now. So leave a little bit more room for optimism. Give him about 3 games. See what you're going to see. All right? The president said Kelsey will soon have a Swift. Boy, Wheat Street did you well, man. Wheat Street did you well. That's a phrase that came out of this great hymn of the church, Hold the Gods Unchained Your Hand, where the beginning lyric says, time is filled with swift transition. Oh, man, I love it, man. My mother would probably give you a hug, Thomas, because she says you were paying attention in church on that pun right there. We love it, man. We love it. All right, the VP said coping with Josh Allen says that he cried at the premiere of the movie Sinners after watching his wife's superb performance as Mary. Haley Steinfeld did her thing. This is awesome that he's showing his softer side as he supports his wife for her craft, as she supports him for his, showing the normal human side of this gladiator sport. Mad respect. So we see that the VP got the feels of love in the air. And he's
right. He sound more romantic than me, man.
Yeah,
he was great.
He's giving love to real love. All right. Ho said no pusher Arch Manning for Heisman, and he couldn't beat a 7th round pick in Ewers last year. Overhyped. I bet he won't slip to 5th in the NFL. Oh, now we're talking about as what the show in Living Color used to say, Ho is trying to lift up a conspiracy. All right. We see that he's bringing it to the table. As Coach would say, stay tuned. Maurice throw the Prime Minister's cover with P.J. Washington dealing with that crazy woman and a mother, God bless him. Well, that's where prayer changes things. Prayer could have stopped him from making that decision, but the flesh is a terrible thing, boy. It'll get you every time.
We tried to warn him, real.
Ho is doping on Chris Sale for not mailing it in and pitching his AS square often in his return. All right. Well, we need him to stay healthy next year. Like Like
Yeah.
really. Like this, like we appreciate you getting the Cy Young, but didn't do anything in the playoffs. We appreciate you coming back, but the Braves are not relevant.
Get hurt and getting hurt right in the middle of the season when we needed you.
Yeah. I mean, like this ain't helping us, man. But yeah, he's been good when he's been out there. The VP double coat the Brittany runners of the world using their womb as a personal investment tool. YNs need to do better. I guess this comment on, we're going to get to Arch. That performance was bad. Arch looked really bad. Archie Manning is winning. Arch and Cooper out of the wheel as we speak. Jerome Case, I knew he was going to be doping on Florida State. That's his team, beating the brakes off Alabama. Noping on Arch Manning, Mr. Overhype. Terrible third start. Cope the Falcons just because. All right, we'll see. The president is coping. Even Cooper Manning went, bruh. The only Arch being talked about is McDonald's. Man, y'all giving this dude a hard time. The VP said double and triple dope. Happy birthday to Reverend Dr. Mike Clayton Harris. Appreciate you, man. Truly appreciate you, VP. Let's see. I said good, Key B, not great, Reverend Doctor. All right. My bad. Andy Corey, Cope, Trey haters here to the end of the season. Are we talking about Trey Young already?
Yeah. This dude is pathetic, man. I swear, I think he is in love with Trey Young, man.
Come on, man. Let's wait at least till late October. All right. Anthony Corey also said, nope, the Falcons back learning their team during the regular season. The VP said that's a great plug, Coach Patrick Willie Thomas. No more bootleg plugs from those others.
Hey, Willie.
I really appreciate you, Winston Thornton. Truly appreciate the birthday love y'all sending my way. Cowboys, they love to find a way to lose. Anthony Corey coping with that. Appreciate you, Antonio. Thank you, sir. Horace says, thanks, Coach, and my mind is creative, not twisted. Okay, he's correcting you. Armani using a line that the president would say, I'm ready to see my young ho live. Let's get this W Falcons. Mr. President, you see your influence on Armani. We can't let him get credit for that line without letting everybody know where he got that kind of language from. All right. The coach's corner is here. There he is, Coach.
What? Hey, Rev. Ask the coach's corner a question. It's a simple question. It's not that hard. Is Arch Manning good? No, sir.
He'll pull out the gospel music on.
No, sir.
The VP said, Red Road, you and the VP need to host an entertainment segment on the show. How about y'all find a way to do your own show on the network page?
Yeah, that'll work.
And integrate somehow sports and entertainment. Integrate the two. Can't just be entertainment because we're a sports network. But try to work that out. You and the VP. I'm serious.
Yeah, the president can go. The president can have his money.
The coach corner coming at y'all. Nope to any Arch slander.
He's slandered enough. He's slandered the game of football.
Dante, thank you, bro.
When him told him he was good.
Dante, thank you, bro, for your dope. I truly appreciate it. The VP said Anthony Corey needs to visit Ayala Vincent. The coach said, dope, I'm a ride and die with my Longhorns. You dying right now, bro.
Yeah.
Host said, I'm coping with the dream possibly being the best team in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
Falcons might have something to say about it, so stay tuned, as Coach would say. Jerome K says, Stevie Wonder sings happy birthday to you, Rev. I appreciate Stevie's version. That's one of the best versions ever done.
I can see that.
VP said Lieutenant Sonar with the bangers, prayers influence bangers. Great job, young Padawan.
Padawan.
The coach's corner said, you act like I can't hear you, and I still will ride with King Arch. One bad game don't change my mind. I'm a diehard. Well, Coach, Coach, you understand about being a diehard because if Arch were a Steeler, you be definitive to Jesus coming back. So we know how that. The VP said, even the Lord knows Arch isn't good. He will thou art haveth him remaineth in Austin, for thou art ever.
What the world?
That's funny. Appreciate y'all, money. Appreciate the birthday love. Appreciate the birthday love, Uncle Steve. One of the best Falcons podcasts out there, man. I'm waiting for Falcon season. I watch you all the way from PA. You keep me in the loop about the Falcons, and you give great Falcons talk. So anybody who's a true Atlanta Falcons fan, you definitely want to subscribe to Uncle Steve's Lounge. He got great sound bites, got great theme music. Uncle Steve does his thing. I'm a fan. So I truly appreciate you, Uncle Steve, for showing me some birthday love. He's doping on Alabama looking human, noping on Arch Manning as the next big thing, coping on Angel Reese, realizing she is not bigger than the team. And you know this, Uncle Steve. Yes, sir. The VP, Coach's Corner will not be resurrected like Lazarus. The Longhorns have a long season. Love to play on words. Winston from the eye test said, Arch out there passes looking like an and one mixtape. When he had the ball. Not an and one mixtape. That was hilarious. Woo! The coach called a no doping coat to Uncle Steve dancing. Okay. Antonio Henderson, dope and big low new music video with Uncle Steve. All right. And laugh out loud, Winston banger of the day. Yeah, that was pretty good. Man, y'all were on fire today, Reverend Night Nation. I got to give y'all a hand. I appreciate y'all being lit for my birthday. I truly appreciate you all. All right, let's shift this train real quickly. Uncle Steve said, Coach Corn, leave me alone, bro. That's good. All right, here we go, man. College football review. Let's just talk about what we've seen, what we expect. Red, you mentioned earlier in your dope moment, you were excited about what you saw from your Georgia Bulldogs, from what you've seen. How optimistic are you about their chances getting back in the championship circle? Also, what other teams in college football do you have on your radar? What says you, Red?
Oh, well, yeah. Like I say, UGA boys came out on fire, dominated. Very, very proud of them. Like I say, you got to give a few teams some credit. Miami, I got to give Miami a little credit. Even though I don't believe Carson Beck is still the man, I got to give the defense credit. I got to give them credit for being poised and holding on to knock off the champion, the runner-ups to the championship in Notre Dame. Also LSU, staying poised and overcoming the Death Valley and getting a big win over Dabo Sweetie and his Clemson boys last week. I mean, what can you say about that? That was a pretty good win. Florida State coming out doing the thing against the boy. I mean, who would have ever saw a 2-win Florida State team from last year being a team that exposes the boy and Alabama and put the boy on the hot seat already? Like I say, it was a lot of exposure. Of course, I ain't gonna pile on Arch. I mean, everybody else has. I mean, like I say, the only Arch, the best Arch we've seen are the golden arches, them McDonald's French fries I ate the other day. That's the only arches that we need to be talking about right now. Not Arch Manning, not Archie from the comic book. I don't even want to talk about Sean Archer from Face Off. I mean, anything with an arch in it, I don't want to hear about, don't want to think about, don't want to talk about. And that's all because of you, Coach. You talking about us slandering Arch. You slandered Arch when you told us he was a good quarterback I told you when the scrub got in last year against my UGA Bulldogs that he wasn't nothing. Didn't make me worry. Didn't fear him at all. We exposed him when he got in last year. Didn't do anything after that scrub year. We really exposed him. And last week this is no surprise to me. So I don't know what coach was talking about. Look out for Arch Manning. He finna do that thing. I told you he was trash. He was trash when he came in against my Bulldogs last year. He was trash when he played last week, and he gonna be trash going forward. And you better hope he win against San Jose State today, because I ain't so sure that's a dang gonna give me victory. So we'll see. Every game Arch Manning is a we'll see. Ain't no for sure victory. Cupcake. Please, he was the cupcake last week. So anyway. But anyway, Real, I'm just so proud of my Bulldogs because you know how we are. We messed up our 3-peat. We messed up our 3 out of 4. Well, 3 out of 5. That ain't bad either, baby. 60%. So we win 60% of the time. I'll take it, Kirby. So we need to go on another championship run this week. And last week was a good start. Like I say, Gunnar Stockton, still kind of a game manager to me. More so, but he performed well. Just don't turn the ball over like Carson Beck did last year. Turning the ball over will get us beat for sure. Not turning the ball over, even if you ain't out there showing out, you still give us a good chance to win. Puglisi, the Ryan Puglisi on the bench, Rev. I like you now. This may create a quarterback controversy because Ryan Puglisi has a better arm, but he's a statue in the pocket. Gunner, he don't have a good arm as Puglisi, but he's not a statue in the pocket. So we got some things we can work with in the QB position, but Jared Curtis, he's a dual quarterback threat, so he's better than both of these clowns. That's the next season. But anyway, good start, UGA, and a good start to the college football season. Coach Rev, let's see what y'all think.
Coach, what you got, man?
Well, you look at most of the contenders came out as predicted, winning their first game. I know everybody. I know somebody put a for sale sign in Kalen DeBoer's house yard the other day because been kind of shaky for him right now. And I'm like, I think he's gonna turn around. Just like I know Arch Manning is gonna do some things. I ain't gonna down him there. But for this week, I'm gonna kill him because you told me all he was gonna do. I'm gonna ride him till the wheels fall off this week because he didn't look too good. But most of the teams, like I said, that were predicted to win. And I'm trying to figure out, and Rev, I'm gonna sidetrack just a little bit. Ohio State is playing Grambling today. And do you know Ohio State has a 99% chance to win? Who is that 1% that think Grambling got a chance to win? I'm trying to figure that out. How you gonna say 99%?
Coach, you got to remember, Grambling fans gonna vote as well. So
okay,
that's what I want. That's what I want.
Got to be fair to them, Coach.
Bringing me back, Real, because I was like 99. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the 1% came. But come on, go ahead.
Okay, but I'm gonna go on another note. There's a young man down in South Carolina who's establishing his claim to be one of the front runners all year, and that's Lenora Sellers for South Carolina. That is a big dude, 6'4", two bills plus, and running over people like he has no conscience. He's moved up the charts, and I think if he's not number one now, he will be soon. They got South Carolina State today in the in-state rivalry, which ain't much of a rivalry, but anyway. And you know, I ain't gonna say too much about my school, Rev, because we ain't play nobody but Missouri State. I'll keep that quiet. I don't talk about them until they beat somebody or worse. And that wasn't the word. And then they got Georgia Southern today, so moving right along. We're not going to even discuss it until they play Oregon or Illinois or something like that.
Since you've been on the show, it's amazing how the mighty have fallen. Because there was a day where Coach would have let us have it about USC. There was a day. But now that day has moved into being more subtle and calm, cool, and collected. And whoever thought He's in wait and see mode. That's what we call this right now. Wait. And remember when Lincoln Riley first became the coach? Rev?
Uh-huh.
Now coach don't have that same and excitement
Same
about
swagger.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Riley put out some good quarterbacks. If he don't do nothing else, he get a quarterback in the NFL all
Just
day
that-
long. You don't get a defense in the NFL. So
Just hadn't turned into team success yet. But
no, he on the hot seat. He on the hot
all right,
seat.
real quick. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Amani Cooper retired. That was caught. We caught off guard.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Coach Corner said, "Why be excited about the puppies? They didn't play nobody, Red."
Why be excited about Arch Manning? He ain't nobody, coach.
Well, Antonio helped you out. Ray said, "Why be excited about Arch Manning? He didn't throw to no one."
Antonio on a roll today. He on a roll.
Appreciate you, Joe Black, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love. He said, Antonio said, "The arch in my left foot better."
Yeah, that was a good one, man. That was a good one.
That's Jalen Carter, Joe Black, but we know you're talking about. You noping on him. And Jerome K says, "Stop the cap." UGA played a typical Little Sisters of the Poor last week.
I said they played Marshall. I didn't deny who they played. I just said I was happy about the start. Because when we played the Cupcake last year, we were struggling with them. Rev, you remember them? Man, we struggled with almost everybody last. All them close games had us worried like, man, is this going to be the game we blow? And really, I'm surprised we were SEC champs last year. The fact that we made it all the way that far without getting 2 or 3 losses was amazing because we definitely got exposed.
For facts. The Prime Minister said, who had the FSU, who had the set game circled as they used to get their lick back from them being shunned by the CFP 2 years ago. We'll see if they're really back. Yep. Antonio just giving it to Coach's Corner this morning about Arch Manning. Walmart sells good arch support. Joe Black, in the name of Jameson, cope with the Falcons and Jaguars will control my after-church emotions for the rest of the year. Good afternoon to my mama. This is the real person who should be getting the celebration. She's the one who birthed me on this day 48 years ago. So thank you. As the VP calls her Mama Wildcat Harris, we truly appreciate you. Let me just say publicly, thank you for being my #1 cheerleader all my life. I greatly appreciate my mama. A lot of who I am today is because of who my mama has always been. So thank you, Mom. I greatly love you and appreciate your support. The VP said, Doug Williams, place that bet, Coach. Come on now. Jerome K said, Rev, Alabama got hoodwinked because the talent on FSU is far greater than the preseason rankings. This is why I don't think teams should be ranked until the fourth or fifth game. That's a fair comparison. The ranking is necessary for money. It's just a money thing. You get people tuning in more when you have higher ranked teams. But at its core, at the core of your statement, I truly agree, because we don't know, like especially now more than ever, there shouldn't be ranked teams because of the transfer portal. 60, 70% of people's teams are different. You know, back in the day, we used to know who was coming up, who was coming down the pipeline, who's supposed to be the next starter for this team and that team, but now we don't. So your point is very valid. That won't, but the rankings aren't going away because that's for money value, for sure. Dante said, and the only thing that's 100% in life is death. Coach, you'll never see a team that has a full 100%.
I'm saying.
I'm packing this stuff now as we speak, Coach. I got a disguise moving company. Sonar. He's ready for the DeBoer era to be over.
Boy, Sonar.
The president said prayers to Grambling. The line is 55, minus 55 for OSU. Just stay long enough to make an appearance, grab the check, then go home. No need to finish. It's great advice.
Yeah.
The VP's giving love to my mama and also giving her props for the great job in birthing me. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you showing that love. The Prime Minister said Carson Beck had a good game against the Irish, a game that y'all thought he was going to lose. He remembers everything that we say. Lord have mercy. He remembers everything. Yes, we did predict them to lose, and I think it was more so because of Carson Beck for sure. But
Yeah.
don't stick your chest out too long now. The Carson Beck we know will be at a football field near you coming sooner than later. So be careful now. Be careful because remember, Carson was supposed to be a Heisman hopeful last year, and we were hoping he'd get out of town. That's how bad he played last year. So Prime Minister, you might want to wait 4 or 5 weeks before you start putting your chest out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Also, you better go
The
ahead.
VP said I'm headed to tailgating a few hours of tailgating from South Carolina State. Fans will definitely be superb. Lenore Sellers is that dude. He needs his teammates to block and catch the dang ball. Jerome K said, Coach, someone in Vegas bet $2 and a pair of Deacon gloves on Grambling. That's pretty good. The VP said Arch Manning was the plantar fasciitis for the Texans. The president said Archie Bunker could throw insults better than Manning could throw a football. Goodness gracious. Coach's Corner, are you still around? Maurice, you didn't get shunned 2 years ago. You were a huge favor. All right. Thanks, Mama, for the love. You make me one proud. And bless, Mama. I appreciate your love. Winston said Arch was the MVP at Uncle Rico QB camp 3 years in a row.
Rico.
Armani said, look here, I didn't like the hire that Alabama made from the get-go, but he digresses. Antonio Henderson, Arch, and the Coach's Corner need to go be a podiatrist for foot mouths. Woo! Antonio is on one today. What you gonna do when we come for you?
Coach was talking a whole bunch of crap last week.
Man. Jerome K said Longhorn Steakhouse had the cancel. Their Archman is special with raising potatoes.
Man, y'all know what kid money.
Fred, your show is wide open today.
Oh man, it is wide open on my birthday. I appreciate y'all. Made it worth coming to work today. Anthony Corey said, hot take, Georgia Tech will have a better season than Alabama. Wow. Maurice Thorne said, the Prime Minister, I'm taking it one game at a time. That's good. But this past week, I was standing proud as a peacock. All right.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to see how you're standing by the end of the season. I think Miami's going to be good this year. I really do.
I think they're going to be good, but they
got some dogs. They definitely got some dogs in Hurricane Land. I just don't trust Carson Beck. That's all. But hey.
DJ Daniels saved your boy from a straight interception last week with that pass he threw in the end zone.
Coach Corn said, of course he's still here. Famous words, laugh, now cry later. All right. And Maurice Thor said, Archman is reminding me of a Rick Myra 2.0. No, you didn't, man.
Not the great Rick Myra.
Not the great Notre Dame quarterback, Rich Myra.
Come on, man.
Who didn't do anything in Seattle? I mean, Seattle pumped that kid up so hard. And I kept saying, why are the Seahawks pumping this guy up? He ain't doing anything.
All right, so let's just talk real quickly. This is on the whim right here. We've taken a lot of, the Revenite Nation and Coach, Red, you two, y'all taking a lot of shots at Archman. All right, let's have a serious conversation about Archman real quick.
Okay.
Do you believe when it's all said and done, he will be more, the segment just came to me, let me put it down. Here it is. Arch Manning and Revenite Nation join us. Dud or stud by the time his career is all said and done in Texas? Dud or stud? 40 seconds in explaining why you chose what you did, what you've chosen. Nothing in the middle. So we ain't looking for no stud. We can't do that today. All right.
Yeah, coach. Remember that, coach. That's coach. Yeah.
We
Oh,
made room for
yeah,
that
I can't do
for
it.
foul
Wow.
and fair foul, but ain't no disturb. Ain't no disturb. Is he
You
gonna be
gotta
more
pick
of a
one.
dud
This
or
side
is he
or
gonna be
that
more of
side.
a stud? All right, coach, you've been on him, so I'm gonna let you go first. Is he gonna be more of a dud or a stud? And explain why. 40 seconds.
I think he's gonna be a stud because like they said, we've been taking all the foot jokes. You got to crawl before you can walk. So I think he's gonna pick up the pace. You're gonna get some cupcake game to help tune you up real quick before you get to your big shots in the SEC. So I think he's gonna be a stud. He's not gonna be the big time Heisman winner, but he's gonna be get better. I have no doubt. I had to get him for this one time because of the hype train last week, so I had to get him this time. He's gonna be a stud.
Red, dud or stud?
Unfortunately, I gotta go dud. I gotta say, I don't see Peyton Manning in this guy. Peyton was a stud. Eli was what Rev called the stud. Arch, I think you just gonna be plain old dud, man. Like I say, it worked with Peyton. We got some of it with Eli. I just don't see Arch giving us anything. They pumped this kid up so much. I think he got hyped more than Peyton and Eli combined. And this is the performance you've given us, the performance you gave that I saw last season. Then impress me at all. I just never seen any impressive performance from the kid. Now, if he having the stud in him, I've yet to see it. So, I mean, we waiting, but you're gonna be playing in the SEC, young man. The SEC ain't no joke. Yeah, you played like I said, dang, who they play last week?
Just 40
Texas.
seconds, Red. Just 40 seconds. Don't worry about it.
But dud. Yeah.
Yeah, you made your case on why you think he's going to be a dud. All right, let's see what Reverend Knight says. Monte Teo just into the chat, the VP said. Armani says stud because I believe he just needs development. Next year he will be better. The president said, and we shall call him Arch Manziel. Now remember, in college, that's a stud. In college. Johnny Manziel was a stud. Anthony Corey said, dud, Arch will not finish his career in Texas. Interesting take.
Wow.
Winston Thornton from the eye test, Arch Manning is NFL version of Desmond Ritter, not the college version. Out there throwing sideways ducks like Tyler Shaw at the combine. Wow. Yeah, Manziel was the man in college. Good point, Armani. The VP said they're going to do their best to make him into something that he's not. He will be a dud. Oh, the VP standing on dud. The press said, I guess Arch will eventually toe the line and get himself together. Otherwise, Texas will shoo him the door.
Oh, boy.
Of course, the coach's corner says Study definitely missed some passes he should have made, and that's on him. They were playing the reigning defending champions, but SS also didn't call a good game. Steve Sarkisian. We're not immune to that in Atlanta. We know something about that. But I think as much as we've ragged the coach's corner, this is why I think we got to be careful going dud territory, because he did play against a stout Ohio State defense, first game of season away. Like, this is why I can't say dud. I would have to lean towards stud, because as he gets his confidence up, that means he would probably play Ohio State better in the middle or at the end of the season than he did at the beginning of the season, because we know players progress. And that is very tough to start your starting career on the road playing the defending champions. That's pretty tough. So I think we really can't grade Arch effectively until we see a larger body of work. All right, that's my thing. VP said if he had Studham in him, we would have seen something by now. He's in the perfect conference to cut his teeth. Unfortunately, he would need dentures afterwards. Marty Throw, the prime minister, say he did show some flashes, but I think he'll be a dud. He'll be like a Major Applewhite type of quarterback. Oh, come on now. He got more athleticism than Major Applewhite from Texas. Come on now. Come on, prime minister. He's got a long way to go to achieve Vince Young stats. Now, that I agree with. Vince Young is one of the best quarterbacks to come through Texas, and he won him a national championship. The VP said, Arch looks like he's been hanging out with the bros all week, just shows up for the game. Jerome K said, Arch going to be a dud, but he'd be a great Atlanta flag football stud. Armani said Sarkisian gameplay was good enough. Arch just couldn't make the throws. The VP said Arch is the Achilles of the team. He will have to hammer toe to the rest of his career to prove the Gouters out there that he's no Bunyan. The Gouters. Oh, my God. Everyone, except that one QB sneak, I scratched my head on. So Armani says he didn't call such a bad game after all. Anthony Corey says in the middle of this season, him being better or coach making better adjustments. I think the two of them. Because to Coach's Corner credit, one of the things that Arch can do better than a lot of quarterbacks is scramble. He should have called more plays there where they were set runs to give him a comfort zone, to at least get some positive plays. But he did not call a lot of plays that allow Arch to run. So that was something that, could have been better, which could have opened up some more passes for Ohio State. But, just having them sit back there like a pocket quarterback against that secondary, he was in trouble. You can't do that against that secondary. You got to have a quarterback who can at least be a threat to run, and Arch can run. That's why they used to put him in the few times that they did when Ewers was there, so that he could give that different dynamic to the Texas offense. Antonio says he'll be fine, especially when people have been telling him since he was little he was fine and was going to bad when he grew up. Okay. Arch T-shirts print now. I'm just here for the kneel. That's what Anthony Corey says. Arch equals bone spurs once Texas' career is over. He relies on his athleticism. I don't think he has the mind to be a quality quarterback. Now, that is very interesting in two different ways, what the VP just said. Listen what he said. Last sentence. That was Jerome. I'm sorry. I don't think he has the mind to be a quality QB. Now, number one, you would rarely hear that tied to a white quarterback. That's number one. Two, who would have ever thought someone with the last name Manning would be in a category where some would believe he doesn't have the IQ for the game?
Pedigree.
That's a major statement, right?
Don't seem like he had an it factor, Red. I said at the press conference last week at the game, he was just like, not like, man, I'll be back. They doubting me now, but trust me, I'm gonna be back there. He just didn't give me that confidence. Like, this was a bad game. Trust and believe that I'll be back to make better plays in another game. It was just like, oh, I gotta be better. I know.
Right. Let me push back on you. Let me ask you this question. We know his last name is Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Was Eli his uncle like that?
Nope.
No, Eli wasn't like that, but Payne sure was. I don't know.
But check this out. But Eli was a two-time champion, just like his brother.
True.
All right. So what I'm saying is, we have a precedent for Manning's not being that rah-rah guy. Because I was about to say, Arch may be more like Uncle Eli rather than Uncle Peyton.
Well, I need to see Uncle Eli's clutch gene in the big moments from
Red, come on now. You're just going off one game now. Come on, man.
That's true. I say I'm gonna give it a few games, Rev. That's why I say I need to give it a few games before we can really answer this question right here. Because what we saw last week, And what we saw them little few minutes he came in the UGA game, trust me, that's going to affect what we say right now. So you're right. We need to see a few more games.
Yeah, because we're prisoners of the moment, for sure.
You know what's coming though, Rev. Watch
What's
when he get under center. I guarantee you're gonna hear one word, and that's gonna change his whole season around. Omaha, and then he'll be throwing 500 yards. Omaha is on.
That was Uncle Peyton's major audible right there that led him to championships and ultimately the Hall of Fame. Jerome K says, seriously, Sark choked and didn't leverage Arch Manning's strengths. I agree. Also, there were too many deep passes. Man, I don't know. Man, get that spell check ready. You make it a good point. Make a good point.
Jerome.
Right, yeah. What you were saying, what you meant to say, all on point. I have to agree. Eli was never a talker. Honestly, Peyton was more of the outgoing of the two. Yep, that's a good point, Armani. Arch gives the R that he's grown up in a cocoon of comfort. He hasn't had to put an effort out there to be great. He's content with being good, and that's all right with him. That might be a fair point. Time will tell.
That's what I've got from that presser last week. They're just like, man, I'm all right just to be good. I ain't trying to be great like my Uncle Payne. Hey, man, if I don't even beat Eli, I'm still good. I'm hard.
All right. Here's the problem with what you – now, that's a great statement what the VP said. But here's the pushback. If he was that dude being so, what we may say, cocky, then he starts entering into the Shedeur Sanders territory. And then we'll be saying something else. So it's like he can't win for losing. Any way you look at it. But time will tell if his play will match the hype that's around him. All right. Anthony says, Dud a stud, he would be drafted higher than Sanders. The name is the name. I think the VP Ho may mention that earlier. Antonio Arch will look good this week like he did in high school against subpar competition. He didn't play anyone in high school. Okay. All right. So he's going to high school, overhyped him. Okay. Arch on too big of a stage. He'll be starting for
Southern Poly. God, dog.
God almighty, Corey. Woo.
This is Trae Young's fan talking. Dogging about like that. You better hope Trae Young ain't playing for Southern Polytechnic.
Oh, my goodness. You're right, Reverend Doctor. Last week, he can't win. The dry, that was the Adrian. You can't win. All right, man. Well, we had a lot of conversation on Arch, and I think that basically eats up the other stuff that we were going to talk about real quickly, man. The other stuff is just subpar. We'll get to we'll just move on, man. Keep this train moving. And let's just pick out one game. Pick out one game. Michigan versus Oklahoma. Red, you know you had a terrible week last week.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember. Well, 0 for 3.
0 for 3, and Coach and I can't really talk about you too much because we were 1 and 2. So yeah. I think the only one we got was Ohio State over Texas.
Yep, that was it.
All right, so Coach, you want to go first?
That's sure. I can. I can go first.
We got Michigan, Oklahoma today.
And one last note on Arch Man, he just overthrew a receiver in the San Jose, Texas game. He just overthrew a receiver and underthrew another one and they punted on their first series. So moving along.
I told y'all, don't be so sure. Don't be so sure about San Jose State.
Oklahoma, Michigan is on. Now Bryce Underwood, the freshman quarterback from Michigan, is tough. He playing some great ball, but that quarterback for Oklahoma later threw for 392 yards. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Oklahoma got the home field, and I just want to see how Michigan going to play. Their coach is getting suspended next week for the next 2 games because of all that sign stealing, whatever they were stealing and everything in Michigan. So now you got to they might be trying to play for him. I don't know. So we'll see. But I'm going to give the edge to Oklahoma. I think they're on a mission this year because Brent Venables is saying it said to himself, and I heard him talk. This is the year they got to prove they belong in there. I mean, all the past stuff that they played, past teams, that don't mean nothing. This is the year they got to prove they belong. So I think Oklahoma gonna come out and make a statement this game and win.
Red, what you got, man?
Yeah, man. I gotta agree with what Coach said. That sounds pretty good. I mean, you got two good quarterbacks. You got Underwood from Michigan, and he was definitely a high prospect. And you got McTeer from Oklahoma. And exactly what Coach said. Oklahoma, y'all got some proving to do, man. We already know Texas ain't proved themselves in the SEC. But what you gonna do, Oklahoma? Do y'all really belong? And yeah, and McTeer went off for 392 last week, but Underwood had a pretty good game too. Two good quarterbacks battling it out. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. I'm just gonna take the home team. Oklahoma at home. They gotta still gotta prove themselves in the SEC. You got two good quarterbacks, but McTeer's on his home field, so I'm hoping home field advantage will play out on his. But man, Underwood from Michigan ain't no joke either. So man, it's gonna be a good one right here. I see why they got this one in prime time, but I'm gonna take McTeer for the home field advantage.
I'm joining with you guys. I'm going with home field advantage, Oklahoma over Michigan as well, and I'll rely on you all's commentary on why I'm choosing Oklahoma. Winston got Michigan. The president has Oklahoma at home. The prime minister has Oklahoma. The VP gave a little commentary. This game lives and dies on Bryce Underwood. I'm taking the Wolvies over the Boomer Sooners 10-point game. Jerome K's got Oklahoma as well. Some closing arch talk. Antonio Henderson says some people don't live up to the pedigree, last names, or bloodlines. Look at Jordan's son. Golly, put Arch in the Jordan's son.
I didn't Marcus Jordan. Marcus taking strays. What?
All right, so let's remember Arch said himself he had to earn it. The media putting all this on him. That's not his fault. He was born a Manning. The expectations are just high. Winston said, revisit falling arches after week 4. By then he should flash the extent of where we can make an assessment on him. As of right now, I don't see it from him. And as a junior, time is running out. Just started now. Come on now. Just started. We're in game 2. Come on now. All right, so we'll stop there. Alexis Seal says Michigan by 3. I think it says Jerome, but Jerome says OU for the win. All right, we're going to pause right there. It's halftime, man. Y'all have been fantastic. Home fire, Reverend Knight Nation.
They represent for your birthday, Ray.
All are making me proud that the nation is called Reverend Knight Nation, especially on my birthday. Truly appreciate it. We'll be back with some little NBA, a lot of pro football, and a little bit more college football. And if y'all want that Arch Manning and DeBoer tip about how poorly they showed last week, stay tuned for our 5 to 5. You get to sound off a little bit more. We'll be right back as we have officially entered halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. We'll be right back.
Change the name to the Red Night Nation. Have you the Red Night Nation?
We're back for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show, coming to you, giving you more sports talk because we are real sports fans. We got some pro football coming your way. We also got some NBA coming your way. And Red, since we spent so much time on Arch, let's skip the Braves report. Nobody cares about the Braves right now.
Oh, I didn't even plan.
You said it so calm.
I mean,
I'm hoping for the season.
Oh boy.
The best thing they did.
Next season, though, I do think that Kim guy, we got a shortstop. I think he'll keep him.
Yeah, we just need him to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And then the other piece is,
Yeah,
will he resign with the Braves because he does have a play option? So he can choose to go to another team. But since he was put on waivers, I guess the market is not that great. But if he excels in these last 20 days, there could be a market for him. He might opt out of his contract. So as Coach would say, stay tuned. Let's jump to this 5 for 5. We got 5 topics. This is when we talk about one topic for 5 minutes. My co-host will have 1 minute to talk about the topic at hand, 45 seconds, individual screen, 15 seconds, group screen, and then if they go past a minute, they get muted. While they're talking about the topic, Revanite Nation, you all can be typing about the topic. So we will read those comments after they have finished making their hot takes. So let's see if the VP, he's on his job. There it is. Before I do that, Mama Wildcat Harris said, in terms of the baseball, thanks, boring, season is almost up. She just poo-pooed on the Braves report. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's do this. The VP has given the cue. Let's do this. We're cueing Lunas in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right. Let's start this 5 for 5 piece out. We've been talking a lot about Arch Manning, but there were some other people that had not the greatest week ones. So here it is. Worst start to the season. Belichick, whose North Carolina team got blown out by Virginia Tech. Kalen DeBoer, who came up short big time in Tallahassee to an unranked team. And as we've already talked about, Arch Manning. Coach, I'm going to start with you. Who had the worst start to this season? Go.
Bill Belichick, because you played in front of some serious luminaries. Michael Jordan was there. Lawrence Taylor, Roy Williams. Everybody came out to your debut. It wasn't a debut. It was a debut against TCU. And hey, you laid the debut on that game. It's the first game, just like we just said about Arch Manning. So I'm going to go with Bill Belichick. That was not a good look.
My man said it was a debut. My. Brett, go with.
I'm going to go with DeBoer, the boring old coach in Alabama, who, like Coach said, probably going to have to put his house up on the market real soon. Because they don't take kindly to these type of performances in Alabama. And y'all got straight unphysical by 2-win Florida State team last week, an ACC team. You didn't even get beat down by an SEC team. You got beat down by an ACC team. Coach, it's not looking good for you. Don't ever follow the man. Be the man that follows the man who follows the man. And you are the one that followed the man, Coach. That means your days are numbered. But the one who come after you, he'll probably have a long lasting in Alabama. The boy, sorry, buddy. Shouldn't have left Washington. Should have stayed put up there in Washington where you had it easy. Trying to follow the great Nick Saban. Epic failure.
All right. The president, on a positive note, the only person that got blown out was Bill Belichick, but that was after the game.
No comment.
Not touching that one. Not touching that one.
Lord have mercy.
Get your prayers out of here.
Winston Thorne said Belichick easily owned the game on a holiday and it got a proper mud hole stomped into them. Tragic.
A proper.
The VP said Belichick, he should be on a sailboat right now with his underage wet nurse. He's
Wet
trying to
nurse.
stay relevant for whatever reason. Nothing to prove, coach. Just don't let that young girl fleece you. LOL. The prime minister said North Carolina got smoked, but what about Oklahoma State? They were 4 seconds from a win, and they threw a pick six and blew it. Yeah, but we talking about who had the worst week one. Belichick, the boy is a man. All right. The VP said drain. Oh, boy. Armani Newsom, the boy, because we don't have a losing culture at Alabama, especially to a least opponent. Count your days, sir. We don't tolerate that mess. Andy Corey said, did Belichick and his instant model trademark losing horribly?
Instant model.
Yeah, and then stay on topic, PM. There you go. Appreciate it. Get the prime minister in line. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Valdez throwing at his catcher. What's really going on? Red, what you got to say?
Yeah, that was not a good look, man. I think I've ever seen that a catcher. I mean, just taking a 93 mile per hour right off the chest from his pitcher, and the pitcher don't even seem apologetic afterwards. Like, my bad, buddy. Like, oh man, my fault or something. Dude just turned his head. Like, forget you. I'm glad I hit you in the chest. So this is not a good look for Valdez, your upcoming free agent. And like I heard a lot of MLB pundits say this week, you probably don't cost yourself some dollars, man, because I mean, yeah, you're a good pitcher, but a lot of teams not signing up for your foolishness, your unprofessionalism. That was a bad look, unprofessional look, and I'm putting that all on you, Valdez. You got some issues up here, man. You got to get that mental stuff together. You're a pitcher, you're a good pitcher, but you just don't always think clearly when you're on that mound, man. Props to your catcher for taking up for you in the press conference. I don't know me, I would have threw your little butt under the bus if I ain't still. You hit me in my chest, I'm throwing your butt under the bus if I don't kick your butt in the locker room later.
Go, coach.
Yeah, somebody had the nerve to tell me how come the catcher couldn't catch the ball. I said, you all have never played baseball before, I can tell, because you setting up for a slider down in the dirt and he throws a 92 mile per hour fastball, your reaction time is not that fast. Luckily, he had that chest protector on, or it could have been worse than it was. So Valdez pulled a bush league move on that one. I hope they solve it, but it doesn't look good for him doing what he did, crossing his own catch up. The man has got to help you get the pitches to win the game.
All right, let's see if there's any comments. Nobody talking about the Valdez just like Marshall had too many portal transfers. Monty Newsom, though, the Bear thought beating Kirby was enough. No, sir. All right, so you still on that last one. We're moving on to the next one. Kawhi Leonard being paid extra. They doing some under the table, some shenanigans in La La Land with the Clippers. What says you, coach?
They're not gonna get anything from Kawhi because he doesn't even talk during a New Balance commercial. So what they think they gonna get out of him? He don't say anything. He got to go through his interpreter or his agent or somebody to hear what he got to say about it. So let's see how this one's going to turn out. Kawhi doesn't talk.
Red.
Oh man, I'm laughing at his interpreter crank. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If Kawhi not gonna say much on it, and Ballmer's just gonna deflect on it like he did in that little interview, we're probably not gonna get to the bottom of this thing. But it's still a bad look. I'm not surprised. Clippers not gonna win anything anyway, so you can pay Kawhi as much money under the table as possible. He's not giving you anything for the worst. Okay, you missed half the season, most seasons anyway. So, damn, as much as you want to on the table, you're not gonna get your money's worth for it. And I'm done. You're talking about the Clippers, not important.
All right, let's see. Going back to the Valdez piece, the catcher tried to tell him to reset. Valdez ego came into play, probably threw at the catcher because he lost the Texas Longhorn game. Arch can't catch a break. Whatever. That was funny. All right, on to the next topic. Devers causes brawl for staring at picture. What's really going on, Red?
I mean, I can see both sides from this. I can understand Devers. You hit a big home run, you want to stare at it, but stare. I mean, hit the ball, look at it, but try to move while you're doing it. Don't just stand there and watch the whole thing go over the fence like Devers did, and then decide to run. He didn't start running until the ball went over the fence. So yeah, as a pitcher, I'm probably gonna have a problem with that. Like, dude, get on to your base. What are you standing right there for? You can stare at it while running, but to just stop and look at it like that was showing the picture up. But the picture, Kyle Freeland, dude, you are a little sensitive now. Your own manager even said it in the press conference. I mean, and the bullpen was packed, so they really needed you. But Colorado, they just having a bad season, so he probably was just.
Coach.
It always kind of irks me when the batters stand there and watch the ball instead of running. And then on another note, when they started the fight, somebody from Devers' team tried to fight, and he was fighting like this with his hands open like this. Dude, that's on live TV. Your family saw that. That means you ain't been trained in nothing. Somebody should just punch you square in the face when you trying to fight like that. Little slap boxing technique. Come on, dog.
Let's see if Reverend Knight Nation has anything to say about this. Going back to the Clippers, Anthony Corey said, was it illegal to do, or did they find a loophole? More fault with the NBA than the NBA, than the team. Winston said Clippers got found guilty. NBA is going to penalize them enough to set them back for years. Joe Smith and the T-Wolves were caught doing the same in the 90s. Act like you've been there before. He then started talking hits to the pitcher. The brawl was imminent, said the VP. Anthony Corey said baseball too soft with all the unwritten rules. Pitch back. All right. Last 5 for 5 topic. Is anybody interested in seeing Tyson versus Mayweather? There's a boxing match signed for these two old champions. Are you buying into this? Literally on the pay-per-view? Coach, what you got to say?
Rev, you know I got to go back to my old Jerry Lawler, the wrestler statement. I'd rather watch a documentary on dirt.
Rev, what you got?
Don't have time for Mayweather's dance recital, and Tyson just passed his prime. So we'll see Tyson struggling to punch. Well, like I say, with Mayweather dancing all the fight, Tyson not quick enough to keep up with him in his mid-50s. So I mean, if he ain't gonna knock Floyd out, ain't worth watching. So just another money grab. Don't know why these guys doing it.
All right. You have heard. Let's see what Reverend Knight Nation. Anybody got anything to say on this topic? Let me get to these comments. All right, here we go. Sister Harris said, no, a waste of money.
Right.
Anthony Corey said Tyson fighting to keep his wife more money to invest. The VP said, no, we got fleeced with that Jake Paul, Tyson, PPV. Not falling for the banana in the tailpipe again. They would not be for real. I'd rather watch Archman than try to pitch.
He got to stay on Archman.
President said, I'd rather watch Speed Skating Turtles. Another muscle hustle, money hustle. Somebody will buy it, though.
Speed Skating Turtles.
Winston Thought said the money grab plus Mike significantly outweighs Floyd. This itch more staged than Broadway. Wow.
Oh, boy.
One more thing that was said. The president said, needless to say, things were a little rocky, but just hit ball, and round the base. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining us in the 5 for 5. I do want to make an announcement with the guys that we talked about. We talked about something last week. We didn't act on it this week, but we will start implementing since football season is in prime time. The Red and Red Sports Show will start at 10:30 a.m. beginning next week. All right, so please make that mental note. Let me put that as a ticker. Starting next week, the Red and Red Sports Show will start at 10:30 a.m. The goal is to be through close to noon so that we can enjoy some noon football, as I'm sure some of you all enjoy noon football as well. And we know there'll be certain games at noon, and we want to make sure that we are engaged in the game as you all are. So please make that mental note. Beginning next week, the show will begin at 10:30. If I were in church, I would say turn to your neighbor and say 10:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m. So please keep in mind, we want y'all to join us beginning at 10:30 a.m. So we greatly appreciate you all. What's up, Ron Thomas?
What up, Ron?
Oh, Lord. I don't know if I can post this one. The VP said if Tyson and Mayweather both used Diddy oil, then I'm interested. Lord have mercy. All right, UGA kickoff today is 2:30 due to inclement weather. So that's why they moved the game up and out.
Yeah.
All right, and Sister Sylvia Harris, one
Yep.
of my members, said 10:30 a.m. All right, and Joe Black said, oh, man, I got to watch y'all from Blake's games. Go ahead and watch us, man, and while you watch the game, just get you some earbuds. Because you already know what we look like. It's just all a matter of what we
Good
say.
luck, Blake.
All right, man. And we share
Good
Coach's
luck,
sentiment
Blake.
with a good look for Blake. All right, gentlemen, it's football time. NFL style. Before we go into picking some games, man, we got some predictions to make. And there are two games that have already been played, so they may influence how some of us are thinking right now. But nevertheless, can we do it this way because time is moving a little bit, and I want to make sure that I have some birthday time. Can we just do our Super Bowl predictions today? Can y'all do that?
However you want to do it, real. I'm good.
Yeah, so
we got all season to talk about it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all showing me some favor because I don't want to be too long today.
I want to be 3, 4 o'clock and real be like, man, I ain't got that much birthday left.
Exactly. There you go. So we'll start with Coach first. Coach, you can explain the build up to your Super Bowl predictions. Who's your Super Bowl?
The NFL, NFC. I got it as a toss up between. I know everybody say the Packers are gonna come up because of Parsons, but I don't know if one man can do it. The Eagles, they're prohibitive favorite. I'm gonna put. I guess I'll go with the flow. I'm gonna put the Eagles in there on the NFC side, and on the AFC, that's a mash unit right there because the Chiefs didn't really endear themselves to anybody last night. His first game, and everybody hyping again the Bills and the Ravens. I'm gonna go with. I think it's the Bills here. I'm gonna go with the Bills and the Eagles in Super Bowl.
The Bills and the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, and the Bills Mafia. Red. It's on you, bro. Who you got?
Well, we all know I'm a diehard Falcon fan, and I'm hoping big things for my Falcons. Now, of course, I'm cheering for them to win the division and to make a deep playoff run if we get there. But if those things don't come to fruition, realistically, what do I see happening? Now, this is just if my Falcons are not in the big thing. I don't want y'all to think I'm just completely what's Real's favorite word? Non-objective. Oh yes, I'm very objective, especially when it comes to football. Cause my Falcons ain't never won anything anyway. So I'd be not like I wouldn't be used to not seeing them come these big times anyway. But let's say the Falcons don't make a deep run. Who do I see standing out in the NFC? I'm not jumping with the Eagles this year. They didn't impress me Thursday night. The Cowboys really could have easily beat them. Had CD Lamb made a few plays, and I don't know, maybe the Miles Sanders not fumbled that go ahead touchdown that they were about to get. The Eagles would have lost this game. So I'm not looking at the Eagles as this just dominant NFC team that just can't be beat. I'm looking at Detroit and Washington maybe rising up and maybe playing for the NFC Championship game. Detroit versus Washington, and Washington getting the edge over another Detroit choke job. And in the AFC, I'm looking at, of course, you can't until you beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are gonna always be there. But Baltimore, eventually they're gonna have to get over the hump. So I'm looking at the Ravens finally being their year to get over the hump. Now, of course, it's gonna be competition with the Chargers and Cincinnati, and I see Denver and Buffalo giving them some competition in the AFC. But I do see it will be a nice Super Bowl prediction for me, seeing the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders, especially being that they're so close into proximity to each other. It's gonna be like a subway series in the Super Bowl. But Jalen Daniels from the NFC and Lamar Jackson from the AFC. That'll be my non-Falcons NFL Super Bowl prediction. Rev, I know you're thinking. I know you got some thoughts in your head. What you got?
Oh man, it's tough for me. I'm gonna start with the NFC. There's a reason why the Netflix special came out in 2025. And the last time the Cowboys won was in 2025. Now, I'm not predicting the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl, but I am going to predict that the guy they just traded to the Green Bay Packers, who are already good, are going to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers because it's a toss-up for me between Green Bay and the Lions. But I think Micah Parsons makes the difference in that matchup because Jared Goff is not the most athletic quarterback. I think that'll show up in their matchups. I really wanted to go with the LA Rams because the Rams are a solid team. My problem is Matt Stafford, you can't rely on his health. If Matt Stafford is healthy, I will go with the LA Rams because their path, in my opinion, would be easier than the Eagles. I can't go with the Eagles, not because I'm not an Eagles fan, but I truly believe their division is going to be very tough.
Mm-hmm.
The Commanders are better.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys are not going to be as bad as we thought.
Mm-mm.
And then I think the Giants are going to move a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be a lot of beating up each other in the NFC East, which is going to make life difficult for the Eagles to survive. Plus, they got that young defense because a lot of their veterans are no longer there. And if there were veterans there, I don't think Jalen Carter gets in the trouble that he got in on Thursday night. So I think the youth movement is going to hurt the Eagles, especially on defense. And when the season has those moments where things get tight, I don't think the Eagles survive that. And we already know their head coach does not know how to survive those kind of moments.
Right. He's a kid himself.
He's a kid himself in the mind. So that's why I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Okay, that's some good.
I want to put the Chiefs in there because, as Red said, you really can't put anybody else there until you beat them. But I think this year, not having the talent is going to catch up with them. You know, there's been so much Mahomes can do, and I think teams are now building their teams to beat Kansas City. And
Now,
you
Red,
got
let
to
me-
have
let
some playmakers. And
Let me
also,
ask you-
let me finish this over again. The Kansas City's offense, I think, will take another step back because I don't think Pacheco will be the same runner. I don't think he's bouncing back from that injury that he had last year. He's not the same type of running back that he was prior to the injury. So I don't know if we'll ever see that Pacheco again. And a lot of his play was off heart, grit, effort. He was never this amazing running back. He just had a higher motor than most players out there on the field. And I think some of that motor has been taken away due to the injury. So this is why I'm going to say, Josh Allen, this is your year.
Wow.
This is your year, Josh Allen. Everything is in front of you. You're the only team that has been able to really compete with the Chiefs, but you just come up short in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go Bills Packers. Bills Packers for my Super Bowl.
Wow.
Red, let me get these comments right quick, and I'll come back to you because I know you have something to say.
Okay.
Here it is. Sister Harris says, thanks, Red, for saying realistically when it came to your Falcons.
Of course, I gotta be realistic now.
Joe Black, man, and thanks for the birthday love, man, that you sent me. I truly appreciate you, bro. Said Lions versus Ravens. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sister
kinda close,
Harris said, would Dallas have fared worse had Carter been in the game? Phil, of course so. Dak was very comfortable in the pocket at times. And if Jalen Carter's there, he would have had to run a little bit more. So, of course, yeah. The prime minister says, I like the Ravens and the Lions. So he's predicting that Lamar gets over the hump. We'll see. The president said the NFC East has vice president, all starting QB. Thank you so much for the social conscious post. We appreciate that. One will come out of there. Well, that's obvious. No doubt you got, well, the only question mark on if he will remain a starter and if all the starting quarterbacks will be black is with the Giants. Yeah, because right now Russell Wilson is just a spot holder. They're prepping up Jackson Dart to take over that spot. So I don't know if it'll hold true at the end of the season, but that's definitely some good stuff at the beginning of the season, especially knowing the history of black quarterbacks having a hard time being viewed to even be able to play the position. So that shows a lot of advancement in football. Sister Harris that can't be the Super Bowl, Sister Harris. I'm going to take that down. I love you, Mom. I'm not going to embarrass you. Green Bay and the Eagles will play in the NFC Championship. Got to get somebody from the AFC. Both of those teams you put down are NFC teams. All right, Anthony Corey. Still, the Aaron Rodgers comeback tour will finally be complete. Coach, I know you would love that to be true. I know.
A lot of stuff got to fall into place. A lot of stuff.
So you're not buying that?
No, I think our defense is going to be big time. Because our secondary is going to be hard on quarterback. Offensively, we got to find the offensive line is going to be the key. Aaron Rodgers got to be upright for him to even have a chance. So there you go. If he ain't upright and getting hit all the time, that's not going to look good because your backups.
So, Coach, you don't have any confidence in any Steelers prediction going to the Super Bowl right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
That's about the most objective you've been since we've done the show. Like, I've never seen you this mild.
Now hold on, Ray. We got to see if his picks represent his commentary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all good with the commentary, and then we'll get to the games, he'll say, yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Even though I don't think y'all gonna win the game, I'm taking it. So
You
we'll
know,
see how objective.
the other team's third string left guard was out of practice.
Not the third string. Oh, by the way, Arch Manning has thrown 2 touchdowns, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking better.
Y'all better jump on this Arch train while you can. No, I'm just joking. The VP said the ancestor rebuked that claim, Reverend Dr. LOL. Typical giant behavior.
Not the ancestor.
For sure. All right, gentlemen. The prediction have been made. Matter of fact, put in the chat, our group chat, your prediction.
Super Bowl pick.
Because that could be, besides who has the best week, if we need another tiebreaker, that could be another way we solve the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. Cool beans. All right, gentlemen. We're going to get ready to do our picks. For this week, Reverend Night Nation, we definitely want you to join us. If you don't mind. And we got some pick'em music. Red, we won't put the L on you because we put the L on everybody for not picking last night's game. So we'll just go with the one game that we did pick. Everybody picked the Eagles to win. So everybody's 1-0 right now.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
Coach and I didn't respond last night.
No. Not everybody. I'm 0-1.
Oh, you did choose the Cowboys.
Yeah, bro, they
let him down.
Red wants to get that.
They let him down.
Red wants that Longhorn money again. He want to dish out. He feeling benevolent.
Hey, they almost came through for me, man. I thought they were finna come through for me.
Hey, Mr. Prime Minister, it's just amongst the show. It's amongst the show, not the Reverend Nation group chat. It's just for the show. That's it. So you're not missing out on anything. It's just me, Rev. I am Rev. Me, Red, and Coach. That's all. And Armani when he comes along. That's it. So we're not excluding you, sir.
Armani.
All right. Armani. Let's do this with some NFL picks.
Yeah, now that Archman having a good day, he's going to find something else to hate on.
I'm surprised the coach's corner hadn't come back yet. Said, y'all see my boy? All right, let's do this.
Oh, he focused on the game.
Yeah, he don't want to mess it up.
All right, here we go, gentlemen. Let's do this, man. Get this NFL pick music.
There we go.
Maury said Red Rose needs to be slapped with a cactus for that Dallas pick. Not a cactus.
CeeDee Lamb need to be slapped for a cactus because he the one cost me the pick.
Yeah, he did. I was telling somebody who was an Eagles fan, I said, I was wondering who was paying CD after the game. Was it the Eagles or Dallas? It sure looked like he was playing for Dallas. The Eagles for a little bit.
Point shave.
No doubt about it. Let's do this, man. Red, you start off.
Okay.
Cardinals versus the Saints. This game is in New Orleans. Who you got?
Man, real. This game could have been Baton Rouge, doggone the casinos in Biloxi. I'm still taking Cardinals. I don't think it's a game I'm gonna pick the Saints this year. Every Saints game, you'll know I'll be taking the other team. Cardinals.
Coach, who you got?
Cardinals. Don't need to waste time.
I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals too. I do not trust the quarterback for the Saints. Not at all. I can't get down with Spencer. All right, on to the next. And we'll come to y'all after every third game, Reverend Night Nation. Dolphins versus the Colts. Who you got, Coach?
Daniel Jones is the Colts quarterback. That ought to say enough. I put a little trust in Tua Tagovailoa, or whatever his name is, and get it right. Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Colts, not because of Daniel Jones, but I think the running game is going to be the difference against the Dolphins. Plus, this game is in Indy, and the Dolphins just don't impress me as a great road team, especially in the Tua era. And these are the type games that I can see the Dolphins typically losing. So I'm going to put my trust in Jonathan Taylor. And I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have a huge game, and I need him to have a huge game since he's on my fantasy team. So I'm looking at fantasy more than reality. So give me the Colts. What do you got, Red?
I'm with you, Rev. I don't trust the Dolphins, man, and Tua, and they haven't really impressed me with no moves they made in the offseason. Yeah, they got Minka Fitzpatrick, but you gave up Jalen Ramsey, and I don't even think Minka want to be down there. So look for Minka to be seeking a trade, come trade deadline. Dolphins, y'all look to be 0-1. Because this ain't Miami. Y'all ain't in the hot sun. You in Indianapolis, baby. And I'm with you, Rev. I'm not picking Daniel Jones per se. I'm just picking the Indianapolis Colts team to get a victory over Miami. Daniel, you just part of the team. You just manage the game. Don't mess it up.
Facts. On to the next, Rev Night Nation. We're going to show your picks after this one. Warrior. First Patriots. This is a tough one right here. You got two new coaches, both of them excited. This game is in New England. I think Vrabel will prevail with his debut at home. I don't like Geno Smith going against a Mike Vrabel defense on the road. That's something tough right there. So I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Raiders. Who you got, Red?
Man, really made some good points, man. I hope Gino don't look that bad because I got him on my fantasy team. Like, come on, Gino. Lord, don't look that bad for me. Don't pay no attention to what Real said, Gino. But Real, you made some good points, man. I know Vapor gonna have these boys much more prepared than Garrett Mayo had them prepared last season. But I still think the Raiders, they not no pushover now. You got Pete Carroll running the show now. You got Gino, you got Brock, you got Jenkins making his NFL debut. I don't know, man. Man, this is really a toss-up. Real, I think I may have to go to Raiders, man. Just because I think they got a little bit more proven players other than the Patriots. Even though I know Vrabel going to have the Patriots playing better and more prepared than last season. But I just need to see a few games of it first. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
All right, Coach. Who you got, man?
Brock Bowers is going to eat the Patriots defensive line. If Gino can get it to him, that's going to be the key right there. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
All right, so we got two Raiders and a Patriot. All right, let's see what the Revenant Nation has said after these three games. Winston has the Cards over the Saints. The Prime Minister got the Cards. Anthony Corey has the Cards. The President has the Cards. The VP has the Redbirds in this one. Spencer Rattler getting his start at QB, but it's going to be a rough one. Maurice Thor says CD stands for catch the fish. The President is going with Red and Rev with the Colts winning over Miami. The Prime Minister said you already know we knew before you even woke up this morning who you going to pick. Winston says Miami. The VP said defense. I wouldn't trust Daniel Jones to watch my plants and their plants. They have real plants. I stay gone. Fins by 17. Suspect them.
Wow.
God.
Boy, y'all put a lot of faces to us.
VP, don't bet that line. Don't bet that line. Please don't. Joe Black got the Cards over the Saints. Anthony got the Dolphins over the Colts. The Prime Minister going New England over the Raiders. Again, we got some believers. The Patriots over the Raiders. Joe Black got the Dolphins over the Colts. He has the Patriots over the Raiders. The VP has the Raiders over the Patriots. The president has the Raiders over the Patriots.
All right.
Anthony Cooper said, Cooper, the only one that retired, right? Raiders. All right.
Straight up.
And Maurice, the prime minister, he's changing his pick.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
This is the prime minister right here. Isn't that the prime minister? Then he comes back and does this. Come on, man. Come on. You can't make a typo on New England. You can't make a typo on New England now, Mr. Prime Minister. Come on now. That ain't no Jerome Case action right there. That's hedging your bets right there. All right, on to the next one. Red, you up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm sorry, we already did that one. Here we go. Giants versus Commanders in Washington. Who you got, Red?
Now, even though I think the Giants are going to be a much improved team this year, not this week. I mean, going up against Jaden in his house, here McLaurin, they finally got the deal worked out. So I think the Commanders will be, and Dan Quinn have them prepared for a division rival. Now it would completely shock me if the Giants win. It just would surprise me. But good division game. I think Washington come out on top.
Go.
The Cobra Commanders don't win.
I got Jaden Daniels, and if they do lose, that would be one of the biggest losses in Commanders history with all the hype that's coming into the season. So Commanders and Jaden Daniels, you got to show up. Yeah. Panthers versus Jaguars. Who you got, Coach?
I think Bryce Young is ready to keep have his coming out party like he did last year. He finished strong, start strong. The Jaguars are a team in flux, and the coach can't even say the name of the city right. He can't even say Duval right. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Now, you do know that's not the city, that's the county.
County, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. He just threw me off with that Duval. No, don't do that, sir. Stop. Don't do that ever again. Please.
This is a tough one for me because I want to say Trevor Lawrence is going to take a step up. But I like what the Carolina Panthers were doing towards the end of the season. They're playing teams tough. I remember they played the Eagles very tough in the link. And I think Bryce Young is at that point where he's ready to take that quantum leap. I even drafted him in my fantasy league, but then I had to drop him. But I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. Who you got, Red?
I'm with the Jags on this one. Coach, that was funny, but Liam Cohen has corrected himself. He did say "you ball" in one of the pressers a couple of weeks ago. So somebody called him the right way finally. But I think Liam Cohen will help Trevor Lawrence a little bit, real. Plus, you got Travis Hunter down there, and you got the kid, Brian Robinson Jr., the young rookie that had 1,000 yards last season. So Trevor got a few more weapons to work with. You still got ETN down there, plus the other running back. The defense is young and opportunistic. They at home. I'm going to take the Jags to show us they've improved a little bit at home. Let's go Duval.
All right. We're coming to you after this one, Revenant Nation. Bengals versus the Browns. It's on me. The Browns don't know if they really have a quarterback or not. That's not the Bengals' problem. The Bengals' problem is that they don't have much defense, but they sure got a lot of offense. And I trust a lot of offense against this Browns team. So, Joe Burrow, for my sake, for fantasy, I need you to hit Chase quite a bit in the end zone. Quite a bit, so I can take down Coach in fantasy. But nevertheless, give me the Bengals. I got the Bengals. Who you got, Red?
Of course, I'm going with the Bengals. I got Joe Burrow on one of my other fantasy teams. I definitely need you to show out. I'm not even sure if I got Chase on one of them. But, of course, like you said, Red, Bengals got a lot of offense, and the Browns, they just got a little defense. They got some defense, but you ain't got enough offense like the Bengals got. You stop them, but you ain't gonna stop them for long. And they active, they ready, they prepared. I don't think it's gonna be a slow start to the season. And like you say, Browns ain't even got a quarterback. They got 3 or 4, you ain't got none.
No doubt. Coach.
Rev, you don't want Joe Burrow to be doing a lot of throwing. That's my fantasy quarterback. So I don't want. I'm gonna tell him to throw the T. Higgins.
As long as he throwing the chase, I'm good.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Bengals. Browns. Old man Joe Flacco. He gonna play decent, but that's not enough. Bengals.
All right, let's see what Revenant Nation talking about. They've been making a lot of comments. So let's see what they got going on. Here we go. Winston Thornton got the Giants upset over the Commanders. The Prime Minister got Washington. Are you sure you got Washington? I want to see New York in a few minutes. The President got the Cobra Commanders. That'd be Washington. Winston Thornton said, I got the Jags. The Jags. Jerome Case said, I got Commanders over the Giants. Man, we got more Jags coming this way. The President said the Jags.
Wow.
Jacksonville. Let's see. Jerome Case got Jacksonville. The VP Duval, Jags in a close one. Jerome Case got the Raiders. Maurice Thrower says Jacksonville. Anthony Corey got the Panthers will win, and sadly Tampa will too. We'll get to that game in just a minute. Winston got the Bengals over the Browns. VP Bengals in the track meet. Prime Minister got the Bengals. Brother Dana got Jacksonville. The President has the Bengals. Anthony Corey, I'm not surprised at his pick. He likes to be the oddball at times. Got the Browns over.
You got that right, Real. Anthony Corey definitely the oddball.
Yeah. Dana Johnson Jr. got the Bengals over the Browns. Joe Black representing Duval. You can tell he's entrenched into the culture now that he lives there. Jerome Case said, Battle of the Confused franchises. Bengals beat the Browns. The Commanders will beat the Giants, says Danny Johnson Sr. And Brian Thomas Jr. will score twice.
That's the rookie receiver I was talking about. Jags.
All right, Red, back on 49ers versus Seahawks. Remember, Brock Purdy did get that big bag this summer.
That brag don't mean the doggone thing, because who is he throwing to? Who are the weapons? Is IU hurt? I mean, is he still coming back? I mean, what's going on with him? What's his health like? Tell me, if your biggest playmaker is Ricky Pearsall and an injury prone Christian McCaffrey, sorry, I don't see much excitement in the Niners. And finally, Kyle Shanahan, you're going to be reaping what you sowed after all these years of having all these teams and not doing nothing. I am ready. He's going to be back to hating everything about Kyle Shanahan. So, whoever playing the Niners, I'll be taking the other team. Seattle.
All right. Coach, you on that Seattle train?
Yeah, the Sea Chicken's going to pull it off again. I don't think the Niners are ready yet.
And I'm going to concur. You got a lot of fans to contend with the 12th man. And I've already seen what that footage looks like with Brock Purdy and no excellent receivers. I already see what that looks like. And just because you got a bigger paycheck, that's not going to change. So give me the Seahawks.
Real, we ain't going to get your famous speech about market value? Brock Purdy.
I think it's a proven argument by now. Coach, who you got, man? Titans versus Broncos.
I know everybody like Cam Ward, but he's going to get a baptism from the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah. The Broncos are prime. What's the coach's name? Smith?
Peyton.
Sean Payton. That's right. Sean Payton. He's primed to get Denver to back to some noise. That's one of the things I'm worried about my Chiefs, because they got not only the Chargers knocking down their door, the Broncos knocking down their door. That's why they got to beef up that receiving talent. But nevertheless, yeah, Cam Ward might not have a good start to his career. Because the
Nope.
Broncos, they were loaded last year, and they were in cap purgatory, and all that cap relief came this year. Now that they no longer have Russell Wilson to have to deal with his salary, so the Broncos about to make some noise. So I'm going to Broncos. Ray, who you got, man?
Yeah, it's unanimous, man. And Winston made a prediction where the Broncos gonna knock your teeth out the division lead this year. So I know Winston. I already know who Winston taking. So yeah, Broncos like everything I said. Peyton coaching them up. Nick is learning from the master and actually putting what he learned into the field. We already know about the Broncos defense. Probably got arguably the best cornerback in the league, and Surtain Jr., the reigning defensive player of the year. Titans, young team, up and coming. You ain't ready for the Broncos yet. Cam Ward, good luck. But hey, try to find Calvin Ridley when you can, Cam. I need a fantasy point. So whenever you see Calvin Ridley, just throw it.
All right. We're on to the last one. Man, hold on. I'm sorry. Texas versus the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams, even though I got some doubts because of the health of one, Matthew Stafford. But since they're at home, since they got Devontae Adams, I think they got a game plan to allow their offense to do some major damage. And I don't know if C.J. Stroud will ever be the quarterback that he was his rookie season. Seems like defensive coordinators might have figured him out. So because the Rams are at home, I'm going to the Rams. Who you got, Red?
Well, I'm not so sure of that. I know CJ struggled last year, but you got to think he was missing a lot of his playmakers. Tank Dell got hurt. Nico got hurt. He missing a lot of playmakers last year. Some of those guys are back, and I think they drafted well this past offseason. And that defense for the Texans, not to be toyed with. I mean, with Derek Singletary and Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson. Like I say, I don't think I'm gonna take the Texans in the upset to go into LA and get a win over the Rams. Like I say, we're not so sure about Stafford's health. And one wrong hit, he got the game. And I don't even know who to go. Stetson Bennett, you gonna have UGA guy in the game, and I know he ain't gonna be able to beat Texas. So I'm taking the Texans in the upset.
You got the Texans, Coach. Who you got, man?
Rev, Hunter's gonna get you for calling him Danielle. Isn't it? It's Danielle.
Who?
My bad, Dave. The deal.
Rams, Texans. Jared Verse gonna chase C.J. Stroud around like he owing money on a bet. So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right, Reverend Night Nation, we're coming your way. Let's see who y'all got. What we start with? Sea Chickens. Maurice Thrower said Seattle. The VP said Niners time for that Purdy lame QB to earn his money. In spite of Kyle Shanahan, they will win. The president got the 49ers in a win. Winston Thornton got the Seahawks. Brother Dane said, put your glasses on. That's funny. Andy Corey said 49ers going to take out the Seahawks. Brother Dana said Seahawks over the 49ers. Jerome Case got the 49ers. Winston Thornton said Broncos. Prime Minister Broncos. Brother Dana Broncos. President said no horsing around Broncos. Jerome Case Broncos. VP Broncos. The VP said he got the Texans over the Rams. The president got the Rams. Maurice Thrower, the prime minister, got the Texans over the Rams. Winston Thornton said healthy Rams. Like the distinction. Brother Dane said Texas going to take out the Rams. After Corey got the Rams. And Jerome K says Texans over the Rams. Let me pause something right quick. Mr. President, we got to give you your props for college. Your smell what the president is cooking. He got 1-0 already. So at any moment, if you got whatever your presidential upset of the week is, let us know. We don't want you to force it. We want you to make sure you're smelling what you choose. So, but big ups to the president. Last week, he predicted that FSU would go into FSU would take down Alabama, and surely that's what they did. So we got to acknowledge when the president gets his upset special right. All right, let's go back to the music and get this train to continue to pull on. Red, we're back to you, sir.
All right.
The Vikings with J.J. McCarthy versus the Bears with Brother Caleb, coach's former quarterback. That's my quarterback. All right, who you got, Red? Who you got?
Once again, Caleb is one of my fantasy QBs. I'm gonna take him to learn something. That he learning something from Ben Johnson. I actually like how they looked in the preseason anyway, so I'm gonna ride with the Bears. I'm not even quite sure the uptick because J.J. McCarthy. Caleb is more proven than J.J. So I'm taking the Bears over J.J. McCarthy at home in a pretty highly anticipated division game. Going with the Bears.
Coach, who you got, sir? Coach, we got the Mannequin Challenge.
Oh, Lord.
There we go. We have to bring them back. I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I like Johnson as a play caller, so I'm gonna trust Johnson to help Caleb get off to a great start. Plus, it's at home. Also, we got to be reminded this is J.J. McCarthy's first game. He sat out all year because he was hurt last year, and I think Soldier Field is going to be a tough place to start his career. So I'm going to go with the Bears as well. All right, I don't know if Coach is moving yet. No, he's still. There you go. All right. Who you got, Coach?
I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm going to give my quarterback because I think he's ready to make a turn this year and do what the coach asked him to do. I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right. The Steelers versus the Jets. I wonder who you picking, Coach.
Yes, it's kind of curious. I'm going to go with the Steelers because of defense. Justin Fields, if they can keep him from running, they'll beat the Jets. They can keep them legs from moving and getting out of the pocket. They can beat the Jets. And like I said again, they keep Aaron Rodgers upright. The Steelers are gonna win.
I think if any game Aaron Rodgers gets up for, it will be this game. To show that New York did the wrong thing letting them go. And Aaron Glenn, the new coach of the Jets, didn't even entertain the idea of him remaining as a quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Steelers to beat the Jets. Also, I just don't trust Justin Fields against the Steelers defense. And the Steelers know his tendency. That's a bad combination. So give me the Steelers. Who you got, Red?
The Steelers off everything you just said, especially Aaron Glenn just coming in the meeting and just completely just showing Aaron Rodgers like, dog, you didn't want to take a look at him, Aaron? I mean, you just Justin that bad? Okay, well, you gonna see what Aaron got left. I hope your defense ready, but I'm taking Pittsburgh.
All right, it's on me. Buccaneers versus Falcons. I'm going to go with the home team in this one. I'm going to go with the Falcons, but I need Baker Mayfield to light the Falcons defense up.
Took him in your fantasy team.
For fantasy purposes, for sure. For sure. But I think, Raheem, this is the game I'm going to give you a chance to make me a believer. Like it's time to show what you can do as a coach. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think Michael Penix will be the difference. I want to see the Falcons offense to be operating on all cylinders. You benched your starters again in the offseason. So I don't want to hear about they had to get their rhythm. No, you chose to make that decision. So now they got to perform. All right. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. Who you got, Red?
Yeah, I'm with you. Falcons at home. Raheem, you set the starters all preseason. For your sake, Raheem, they had better come out ready and prepared on Sunday. Oh boy, I would hate to be you facing that media next week. That's all the trash you talking with D-Led. You arrogantly supported your stance on not playing your starters in the preseason. Okay, well then they're gonna have to come out and have a hot start in game one. We can't come out looking lackadaisical. We can't come out looking like we did against Pittsburgh last season. So Falcons at home. Let's go. No excuses. We got this anticipated division winning playoff season where we need to see it from game one. Let's go.
Who you got, Coach?
Yeah, Red. You know I D-Led be talking. Yeah, because I'll go with the Falcons. You know he talk. But the only thing I'm concerned about with the Falcons is Caleb McGarry being out. I got concerns. But then they said for the Buccaneers, Vita Vea might not play, or he might play limited. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Falcons because I think Michael Penix, like y'all both said, this is your chance. This is your coach's chance to start out the year and show everybody, hey, we for real this year. You mess up and lose this first game. I don't care if it is one game. Them SWAT picnic invites gonna go back in the closet. And they're gonna be like, hold on, partner. You said things are gonna change. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
All right. Let's see what Revenant Nation talking about. Where we are. So we got a lot of Bears over the Vikings. VP says. Win said, no. Vikings over the Bears. Corey got Vikings over the Bears. The Prime Minister said, no. Bears over the Vikings. They look much improved. The VP said, Coach is the Mannequin Challenge champ of 2025.
Yeah.
Jerome K said, no, the Vikings got the Bears. The President said, in a close one, Vikings over the Bears. Maurice Thor said, I'm going with Coach's team, Steelers over the Jets. VP said Jets just because of that Steelers hate. The President said it'll be a statement game. He got the Steelers. The Winston says Steelers, Rodgers revenge. Anthony Corey got Steelers. Jerome K said Justin and the Jets for the upset. Aaron will blame the universe.
Man.
Alexis Hill got Jets winning by 3. Lord have mercy.
Y'all out of y'all mind.
The VP said Bucks over Falcons. Alexis Hill says Falcons over Bucks by 3. Winston says Falcons. The Prime Minister said Tampa Bay. The President using the reverence line, emotionless as I am, he still got the Falcons. Anthony Corey says the Bucks because the Falcons season won't start till week 3 per usual. This their first season. Wow. Jerome K said no. Falcons over Bucks. All right, those are our picks for that. We got 2 more games.
Yep.
Big games. Red, it's on you, man. Lions versus Packers. What says you, sir?
Man, this is a big one. Michael Parsons, first game with his new team. That's if he plays. I'm not quite sure with that back injury. But the Lions, who facing a window that I'm not quite sure how long it's going to be open. I know you've had 2 chances to get it done, and you failed the last 2 years. Lions, that window, your window of opportunity is getting a little smaller, so you need to start doing something now with it. Jared Goff versus Jordan Love. Real, I'm gonna take the Love Doctor. Love Doctor got a new guy on defense, man, and he at home. I got to go with him spreading the love around Green Bay this Sunday, man. Lions, y'all got an uphill battle to climb, and it starts Sunday because Green Bay wins.
All right. So Red has resurrected the Love Doctor for this season. Go ahead. Go ahead, Coach. Who you got, man?
Packers. Even if what's his name don't play, Micah don't play. I'm still going to Packers because I think Love Golf is going to give you maybe some numbers, but I don't know if that defense is up to the par this year like they've been doing. So I'm going to go with the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers, make it unanimous. It's simple for me. Turf versus grass. And I think the Packers always managed grass better than the Lions. The Lions are fast on turf, and they get slowed down with a little bit with grass. And then also I think Jared Goff plays better in controlled environment, and he won't be playing in the dome tomorrow. So give me the Packers over the line. Coach, it's on you, sir. Finish these picks up. Ravens versus Bills. Lamar versus Josh Allen. That's tough. What you got?
I'm going to go early with Josh Allen. I don't know how on paper, like they always say on paper, the Ravens had the better team. I think they're dealing with some nagging injuries. I think Lively is out. That leaves Mark Andrews left him with the drop pass. And Josh Allen said he's going to come out with something to prove. He got all this comment in. They re-signed James Cook and run. And even though the Ravens got Henry, I'm going to go to Bills 28-27.
And I know that's going to make you very glad, especially since the Ravens in your team's division.
It's early.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Bills as well. Home game. I think Josh Allen wants to build off his MVP from last year. I think the Bills Mafia will have something to say about this game. The noise is going to be real great. I don't like Lamar in these type games. Sometimes he finds a way to lose them most of the time, especially during playoff time. Granted, tomorrow's not a playoff game, but it will have a playoff-like atmosphere. So I'm going to go with the Bills. Who you got, Red?
I'm gonna go with the Ravens, man. Like I said, I picked the Lamar to get over the hump, and I guess it starts tomorrow. It's not gonna be that snowy in Buffalo, so Lamar, you escaped the bad weather. Now let's see if you can escape the all the things that's going against this game. Like I say, I like Haley Stanfield too, but I wasn't a big Sinners fan. I hope it gets the award love it deserves. But it wasn't one of my favorite movies this year. So sorry, Josh. You won the MVP last year, but I just think, man, it's funny because these are the two teams that really need to make some noise. I mean, both of these guys have had chance after chance and not got over the hump yet. But Lamar, you got to get over the hump, man. You got two MVPs, man. No more messing around. Ravens, y'all got to get this done. Derrick Henry getting old. Coach Harbaugh getting old. Everybody getting old. I like when Malachi Starks pick up. Got the best safety tandem in the league, I think. And he's signing Kyle Hamilton. Come on, Ravens, man. I know you're on the road, but let's go. You got to do it sometime. Eventually, Lamar. Got to be this year, baby. Great.
All right. Let's see what Revenite Nation got on these last two. Arch is out there making bread and wine in the backfield, throwing a wide open receiver, taking selfies. Okay. So we got the Arch. The VP got the Lions. I promise you he does. The Lions over the Packers. President, Packers over Lions. We got dissension in the Red and Rev Sports Show administration.
In the Oval Office.
In the Oval Office, yeah. Maurice Thor got the Packers over the Lions. Case said, no. Lions going to pack up the Packers. Anthony Corey got the Lions over the Packers. Winston Thorne says Packers upset. On to next. Winston got the Ravens over the Bills. Lexus Hill got Ravens over the Bills. The president says LJ will be the difference maker, Ravens over the Bills. And of course, no, stop this. Y'all know the Bills are going to beat the Ravens. Jerome K says, oh, he got that. Maurice Throw whispering Buffalo over the Ravens.
So you sure are taking a lot of your division rivals this week, Maurice.
Jerome K said Ravens. Lamar Jackson will be his MVP trophy out of Josh Allen.
Oh, man.
BP said he got Ravens over the Bills. All right. We'll see who was right, who was wrong. And now as we get ready to put a bow on this show, let's go into who has the right to do what, when, where, and how. And again, before we do that, the Red and Red Sports Show will start at 10:30 next week. 10:30. Somebody look at a Facebook, neighbor, or YouTube, subscribe and say 10:30 tomorrow. 10:30 tomorrow. All right. All right, Red. Matter of fact, let me just give you props, man. You sure did look good in your Sunday morning suit last week. Saw that you went to church. Let me just make that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I say appreciate you, Real.
My pleasure, man. So now, with your sharp Sunday suit self, you have to tell us who has the right to do what, when, where, how.
Okay. Thanks, Real. Yeah, much blessings to my little cousin Phoebe, who we christened last week at church. My young cousin Morgan. She went through a very tough delivery. It was hours and hours, Real. But when Phoebe came out, we could fit her in the hand, and now she's just getting bigger and bigger each day. So thank you, God, for blessing Morgan and Phoebe, and keep those two in your prayers. But anyway, Red, you have the right. Who has the right this week? Angel Reese, you got the right to keep quiet. Girl, every time you open your mouth lately, it's just more crap and crap out of it. First, you talking crap about what the NBA girls deserve when y'all ain't made one profit since y'all been around. Angel, learn to look at a NASDAQ number sheet and you'll learn how profits work, okay? Y'all are in the red, okay? Or the black, or whatever it is to be in the negative, okay? Once you get out the negative, okay, then you can start making requests. But as long as y'all in the negative, you can't make no requests. And then you're talking about your teammates and the state of your basketball team. Why are you throwing your teammates under the bus, Angel? It ain't like you helped them get better this season. So, Angel, please, you have the right to learn how business works and learn how to be a good teammate, okay? You have the right to, just for right now, you have the right to stay silent. Thank you.
All right. Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
NFL season. First week, you had the right to give us some compelling games, all the team. No blowouts. I want to see some good football and be able to watch some good football. After a while, I'll start looking for the blowouts, but I want to see some quality games. The Eagles and Cowboys was interesting. The Chiefs and Chargers was interesting. So now keep up the trend. And let's have some good football again. I don't need looking on the TV and see no 57-0 scores or nothing like that. And Arch Manning, okay.
Now watch, Real. The Steelers dropped 50 or 60 on the Jets.
No, I don't know about that.
NFL football players, you all have the right to keep your saliva inside your mouth. All right? You have the right to keep your saliva in your mouth. We've already had the saliva bowl. That's already done. We don't need any repeats. Dak and Jalen Carter already did the saliva bowl. So that is no need to duplicate for the rest of the season. So let's have players play football. and everybody keep your saliva in your mouth and spit when it is necessary to do so. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Folks be trying to eat while watching these football games, y'all. Like real said, please be mindful of that.
Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, man. I saw that earlier. Let's just pay a little respect. Davy Johnson, former championship manager for the New York Mets back in the day, also for the Washington Nationals. He passed away. He was my manager back when I lived in New York. It was ironic enough, I was in New York last night covering a game not too far from Shea Stadium, and Davy Johnson was a very revered and well-liked manager. So God rest his soul. Thanks, Mr. President, for posting. I did see that during the show. Also, the vice president, said on somber but inspirational note, you have the right to remember civil rights pioneer Joseph McNeil passed on 9/4/25. He was one of the students who staged the sit-in at the famed and racist Woolworths lunch counter on February 1st, 1960. He led a very accomplished life, reached the rank of Major General in the United States Air Force. Thank you for your service, sir. Rest in power. From the Red and Red Sports Show, Reverend Nation, peace, and many blessings this weekend. Thanks for the Black History note right there, Mr. VP.
Real. Let me make one note about David Johnson. He was a member of the Atlanta Braves in 1973. He hit 43 home runs for us, which was a record for second baseman. So,
wow.
Yeah, David Johnson, Atlanta Braves, 43 home runs, 1973 season.
Thanks for sharing that. I had no knowledge he played for the Braves. The VP said, remember, if you mind your own biscuits, everything will be gravy. Winston Thorne said Kawhi has the right to visit Cayman Islands for vacation before the NBA tries to recoup that $28 million. VP said Red Rose needs to go back and learn to read a profit sheet. Laugh out loud. If you're in the red, that's no bueno.
That's why I switched it to negative, because I wasn't sure red or black, so I just said negative.
Whenever you say we're in the red, that's not a good thing. So even though I know that's your nickname, it's not good. A good thing to be talking about in business.
Okay.
Anytime they mention red in business, you're in trouble. All right. And of course, the Falcons got the right to eat their decision if it goes south. Years of doing the same thing has done nothing for them. So Anthony Corey's not.
Anthony. Now, why don't you use those same quotes, thoughts when it comes to Trae Young?
Three young.
Jerome K said, Coach Raheem Morris, you have the right to use your timeouts. Yes. VP said, Reverend Doctor trying to teach folks to do the Hawk tour in proper situation. The president said, okay, President,
here you go.
Alert. I'm taking Mississippi State over Arizona State. That's a milder one. That's a milder one, but we'll be paying attention to that one. Mississippi State over Arizona State. That's not as big as last week, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it for you. If red is in the green, that's good for him.
Oh Lord, here we go.
No comment, friends. You got me with that one, man. You got me.
Mr. President came hard on that one. You have to be a Red and Red Sports Show watcher for quite a while to understand why that was so funny.
I'm pretty sure they got it real.
Oh, man, that was pretty good. That was excellent. Well, listen, thank y'all so much for watching episode 388 of the Red and Red Sports Show. Thank y'all so much for the birthday love, the birthday energy that was clearly shown throughout the show. Let me personally thank, as Vincent Woodruff calls her, Mama Wildcat Harris for birthing me, being a great mother. And if you don't mind me this liberty, thank you. I want to thank so much my late father, the Reverend Dr. Michael Neely Harris, for helping me be the man that I am today. And then also my late sister, Crystal Harris, for literally saving Rev's life at a very critical time when I was suicidal in college because of having felt like an embarrassment to my family. So I would be remiss if I didn't say much love to my late father, late sister, my guardian angels, and also much love to my mother, who's my number one cheerleader, and thanks to my daughter, who shows me unconditional love and who supports me in great ways. And thank you, Revelation Nation. And also, I got to thank the First Baptist Church of Pastor. They show me much love. Truly appreciate you all. And look forward to being with y'all tomorrow for service.
Definitely thank real sisters, man. Definitely thank real sisters. Because what me and Coach doing real one here, man? What, man? Your sister stopped you from doing something crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, she did. She did, man. She did.
No,
y'all got any closing comments before we go?
You didn't think
this is a great show. We appreciate Rev Nation. Y'all made Rev's birthday episode a classic. Remember this number 388. My bad, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't think Bean made you a dog.
I'm not a dog person, but I'm a bean person for sure.
Oh yeah, that's a little dog name. Yeah, I'm not a dog person either, Rev. But I ain't no Michael Vick either when it comes to dogs.
Now I tell you this, Red, if you ever met my daughter's dog, you would become a bean person. There's not a person that has not become a bean person. Chill, everything. So thanks, Coach, for invoking the name of Bean on the Bean. Great show, fellas, per usual. Appreciate you, Winston. Thanks so much. And also thank you for sharing us on your platforms. We truly appreciate it. Well, peace and love, everybody. We're out of here. Peace and love. I promise you we out of here.
We out of here.